The white section was filled. One seat on MCTS buses will be left open now through Sunday, adorned with a picture of Parks along with a rose. MCTS will also once again pay tribute to Claudette Colvin, who at the age of 15 refused to give up her bus seat 9 months before Parks in March of 1955. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur confirms his belief that Taylor Swift will be at Lambeau Field Sunday when the Packers host the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's what I've heard.
LaFleur also confirms that Aaron Jones will not play due to a knee injury. The third-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles men's basketball team visits Madison tomorrow to face the Badgers for an 11:30 tip. And the Bucks return home Saturday night to host the Atlanta Hawks. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 3:35.
It's time to get rid of it. Make that call to QC Kinetics and get rid of that joint pain. Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzik. QC Kinetics. They'll help get your life back. The nation's leader in regenerative medicine, QC Kinetics uses all natural treatments that'll help restore and repair that damaged joint tissue. That means you get to move pain-free again. If the source of your pain is in your knee, your back, your shoulder, check out QC Kinetics. Be one of the tens of thousands of satisfied patients around the country who are able to get lasting relief with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. So if you have pain from an old injury or maybe associated with arthritis, check out QC Kinetics. The future of medicine is here. Regenerative treatments from QC Kinetics. Give them a call and get the most out of 2024 doing what you love. 414-285-3474 is the number. 414-285-3474. QC Kinetics. 414-285-3474.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for the holidays with a huge selection of unique gifts at unbeatable prices. Like a West Bend 5-quart versatility cooker with tote, just $34.99. Save $130 on a Milwaukee M12 5-tool combo kit. Select Best Air odor reduction furnace filters, $8.99. And save 25% on select Carhartt logo sleeve hoodies for the family.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
Searching for the perfect holiday gift? Look no further than Fox World Travel and give the gift of travel this holiday season. We're proud to partner with the world's finest travel companies, including Apple Vacations, Globus, Avalon Waterways, Holland America, Princess, Royal Caribbean, Delta Vacations, Disney, and more. From ocean cruises to river cruises and guided tours to beach getaways, your dream vacation starts with Fox World Travel. Visit foxworldtravel.com or call 866-GO-FOX-GO. Happy holidays from Fox World Travel, where dream vacations begin.
You can find affordable holiday decor at St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores. Find cute Christmas decorations, ornaments, trees, and home decor, all at thrift store prices. Gift cards are also available for that shopper on your Christmas list. You'll never overspend on holiday items from St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield and 23rd in Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it, St. Vincent de Paul.
Get the help you need Saturday morning with How To Radio. At 7, it's the WTMJ Fix It Show with David Nason, featuring this week's guest, Siding Unlimited. At 9, plan your dream vacation with the Fox World Travel Show. And at 10, get financial guidance during Money Talk. Contact Annex Wealth Management for an unbiased review of your investments at annexwealth.com. How To Radio, Saturday mornings on WTMJ.
Welcome back to Wisconsin's Afternoon News, 3:38 on a Friday. Made it to Friday. Question, why do we have Big Macs in the studio?
That was a good question.
It's good, by the way. I just had a bite.
So
why?
I brought up a story the other day. So in our little pre-show meeting, if you want to peek behind the curtain, we were looking at story ideas. And something that I threw out was the most expensive cities to live in the world. So the new studies are out. Where is it most expensive to live in the world? And as part of our meeting, we all kind of liked the idea. I mentioned the Big Mac Index.
Never heard of that.
And everybody, it was like the record just screeched and halted, and everybody stared at me like, what the heck is the Big Mac Index? If you're going to do a story that involves the Big Mac Index, you might as well have Big Macs. I'm not sure when these were purchased. I do know that ours have been reheated, which is making it very difficult to eat, by the way.
It's slippery.
It is a little bit.
It's good, though.
There's a viscosity to this that probably didn't exist on the Big Mac when it was purchased today.
No.
Again, I'm not really sure how many hours removed we are from the purchase, but here we are with Big Macs in the studio as I explain the Big Mac Index.
You explain the index. I'm going to eat this Big Mac.
All right, so the Big Mac Index was first thought of by The Economist. So publication back in the day, 1986, the Big Mac Index became a thing. And yes, it's kind of a semi-humorous illustration of purchasing power parity, also known as, John, PPP.
I like that. Okay.
I got that for you.
PPP.
So here's the idea. What does it cost to buy a Big Mac in different countries of our world? And is there a corollary to the most expensive cities in the world to live in? Now, this does not break it apart by state, but I'd be willing to guess that a Big Mac in New York maybe costs a little more than a Big Mac in Santa Claus, Indiana.
Yeah, I think you're right.
For example. So the world study is out. The price of a McDonald's Big Mac, based on capital cities, are most expensive in a handful of different countries. The average in the United States is $5.35.
Just for the sandwich, right?
Just for the
Just
Big
Mac.
Okay.
Okay.
This is not an extra value meal, which we all know costs like $18 now. The price of a Big Mac on average in Canada is $5.17. So
Okay.
just go in North America here.
All right.
It is most expensive to buy a Big Mac in Switzerland and Liechtenstein. $7.75 for a
Whoa.
Big Mac in Switzerland and Liechtenstein.
Now, Switzerland's very expensive, and they're always rated as very, very expensive.
So there is a corollary there, because according to the study here of the most expensive cities in the world to live in, Zurich is number one on that list. And Geneva is tied for number 2 with New York. We're actually tied for number 3 because Singapore's tied for number 1. So Zurich and Geneva, 2 Swiss cities, big cities, beautiful cities, are atop of this list. And wouldn't you know it, it is nearly $8 to buy a Big Mac in that country.
That's amazing. So you want 2 Big Macs, not even the meals, you're paying $15 for 2
Right.
sandwiches in Switzerland.
You didn't even get your fries yet.
Yeah.
What about your drink? You want to supersize it? Oh, boy.
Let's talk about this sandwich. I think it's underrated. I don't hear people talking about the Big Mac enough. This Thousand Island dressing, it's a version of Thousand Island, I think. It's really good.
I'd say about once a year I have a Big Mac.
Yeah.
And I enjoy it. With a fountain Coca-Cola from McDonald's, which also tastes different, as we all know.
And this bun is unlike any of the other buns. This bun has the sesame seeds.
It's your 2 all-beef patties, John, your special sauce, special
lettuce,
pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun. It's all that.
Yeah. Could you sing that?
No. 2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions on a sesame seed bun.
Very well done.
I don't know where it goes after that, if there's a second verse.
I don't think there is.
It is cheapest to buy a Big Mac, it appears, looking at my list here, in Pakistan. $1.91 is the average cost of a Big Mac in Pakistan.
What?
Egypt is close behind at $2.12. Now that's a value. There you go.
The beef patty is very thin on here.
Can't guarantee you're eating meat if you're having a Pakistani Big Mac, but whatever. It's less expensive.
Look at how thin the burger is. This is a thinner burger than if you get the 2 cheeseburger meal, right?
I don't know. Because the Big Mac seems, well, I guess it's about the same size. It's a tall burger. It's a taller burger than it is like a wide Cop's burger.
I think the meat is thinner, though. So when I go and I eat McDonald's like 2 or 3 times a year, I get the 2 cheeseburger meal. The 2 cheese, I think this has the thinnest patties, but there are 2 of them. Then the cheeseburger, I think, is a little wider and thicker. And then, of course, the quarter pounder is noticeably bigger.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, but that's all in one patty.
Yeah.
Like you're getting a quarter pound's worth of meat in a Big Mac.
You think you are? Is that what they say?
I'd say pretty close.
You think both of these patties, because there's 2 patties added together, are the quarter pounder?
Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of bun here. There's a lot of bun, but you need it all. So Zurich and Singapore are tied for number 1 on the list, most expensive cities in the world to live in. Tied for number 3 are New York and Geneva. Hong Kong is number 5, Los Angeles number 6, Paris number 7, Tel Aviv and Copenhagen are tied for number 8, and San Francisco is number 10.
All right. And if you're watching us on the live stream, I apologize. You have to watch us eating this slippery Big Mac.
You have a little cheese on the
You got a little something going on here?
other side. There you go.
Okay.
You got it.
Now, this is great. The guy running for the state Supreme Court's coming in next, and I
Kind
got
of smeared it. Maybe you'll take a bite.
And I got Big Mac all over my face.
First order of business, lower the cost of a Big Mac in this state.
Yeah. I'm in. 344 at WTMJ.
Congratulations to our very own Jeff Wagner, retiring after 25 years on WTMJ.
No show lasts forever. I'm going to be retiring from WTMJ at the end of this year.
But he's not done yet.
Congrats early on your retirement.
Well, I'm around for another 2 months. Can't get rid of me before December 15th.
Keep tuning in and don't miss out on our send-off to the one and only Jeff Wagner. We are Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio 620 WTMJ.
Hey, it's WTMJ's Greg Matzek. Want to talk to you about my friends at Flanners Home Entertainment. Man, going to Flanners is a treat. You'll see all the good stuff, the cool stuff, fun ways that you can upgrade your TV and audio system, courtesy of Flanners Home Entertainment. They've been doing it for decades, and they do it the right way. All the big box stores, pretty impersonable. The risky online purchases don't give you any sales support. Well, then there's Flanners. Quality service, the best brands, guaranteed best prices, all top priorities. In fact, I was just in there a couple of weeks ago. Stop in at Flanners at West Allis, like I did. Check them out in Grafton. Of course, you can find them online at flanners.com. Flanners, sound advice at the best price. Just press play.
'Tis the season to save at Fleet Farm. Save $10 instantly on any purchase of $75 or more for a limited time only with our seasonal savings coupon. Use it to save on gifts from brands like Milwaukee, Columbia, Clam, Lego, Ninja, and more. In-store and online. Gift yourself $10 off with the coupon that keeps on giving this shopping season. And have a Merry Christmas from your friends at Fleet Farm.
Hey, this is WTMJ Steve Scafidi for Omaha Steaks and omahasteaks.com. You want to be the person everyone says, oh my goodness, gives the best gifts. How about this one? The gift of Omaha Steaks. Send it to a friend, family member. I've done this. You'll never forget their smile when the next time you see them, they say, oh my goodness, that was amazing. It's a favorite memory. Omaha Steaks is perfect for the holidays. The holidays are here. Take the guesswork out of that shopping. Go to omahasteaks.com, save 50% off site-wide. Plus, use our promo code WTMJ, get an additional $30 off your order. Juicy butcher's cut filet mignons, gourmet jumbo franks, even easy to prepare meals that are ready in a flash. With Omaha Steaks, the possibilities are endless. Offer won't last long. We're ready to ship your order right away, so shop early, beat the shopping rush. Go to omahasteaks.com, use promo code WTMJ, $30 off your order. A gift from the heart. Visit omahasteaks.com, enter the promo code WTMJ, get an extra $30 off your order. Make your holiday. Minimum order may be required.
Traffic is sponsored by Harwood Place Senior Living. Learn more about Harwood Place Retirement Living's newly renovated apartments and updated pricing options. Visit harwoodplace.org or call to schedule a tour.
Traffic and weather, then Brad Schimmel with us live in the studio. How we doing out there, Deb?
Well, we've got an accident, and this is the reason why 4394 was basically solid all the way down to the Plainfield curb, where there is an accident blocking the 3 left lanes. So we've just basically got 1 or 2 lanes available, making your way by in the right side there. So just be prepared. A very long ride at this point. We've also got an accident on the 27th Street on-ramp to 894 eastbound, so that's backing things up into that area. And then one more on 894 eastbound at 60th Street, but that one is off on the right shoulder. It's not in traffic, but it's definitely enough to make for a distraction. Road conditions are not great, so you do want to be extra careful. Hey, you could be our eyes on the roads. You can report accidents, slowdowns, and road conditions to the WTMJ Hall Mazda Milwaukee.com traffic tip line at 414-238-9329. Visit Hall Mazda during Mazda's Season of Inspiration. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast coming up. It's going to be a sloppy, messy weekend. Tonight, right now, it's kind of yucky out in southeast Wisconsin. Rain, snow mix, low 36 tonight. It clears out for the beginning of tomorrow. Then another band of rain and snow comes through late in the day, a high of 41. Sunday, same thing, sloppy mix possible, a high of 42. Monday, cloudy, 42. And on Tuesday, a slight chance for rain, a high of 40 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, light rain, snow mix, 38 degrees. We are joined in the studio by Waukesha County Circuit Court Judge Brad Schimmel, the former Attorney General who announced that he is running to be on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Brad, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you, John, for having me.
You and I are reminiscing a little bit because back in my TV days, we did these series of stories on internet predators. where these guys, these terrible guys, chatted dirty to who they thought were young girls, showed up to a house, and then the sheriff's department was there, and you helped put these guys away. That seems like forever ago, Brad. That was like 13 years ago.
Oh,
is it more than that?
Easily that, yeah. Yeah, easily 13. Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you about your decision on two levels. Your decision to run for the Wisconsin Supreme Court and the decision to make the announcement now, more than a year out. Can you talk about each of those?
Absolutely. Well, first off, the decision to run, this isn't something I've been planning to do. I've been enjoying my work as a circuit court judge, especially since I'm in the civil division, which any judge will tell you that's the promised land. It's wonderful. You got lawyers who are prepared and interesting cases every day. This wasn't my plan, but I can't sit on the sidelines anymore. I've been for 5 years on the sidelines, and I'm looking what's happening. I see too much about our legal system unraveling, and I can't fix that as a circuit court judge. On the Supreme Court, I can have a role in that. Because if things keep happening where the will or desires or opinions of high court officials trump the law and the Constitution, all that we hold dear will come unraveled. So I can't sit on the sidelines and watch. And so I'm getting in. And the reason I'm in so early, well, there's a couple. One is next year, presidential and U.S. Senate race, they're going to suck all the oxygen out of the system from February to November. And there's no time during that when it makes sense to announce because no one's going to hear it. Now I can get out in front, it gets heard. I love retail campaigning, and that's how conservatives are going to have to win races again, is by good old-fashioned shaking hands, meeting people, going to dairy breakfast, doing all those things where you make those connections, you build a grassroots support network. And when next November comes, after the presidential race is all done, those people will be ready to hit the ground running so I can have a successful, fast run to the election in April.
What will you stand by? What are the biggest things, the things you've been most outspoken about, just historically?
Well, we need to restore integrity on this court. I'm sorry, she won the election, but this last April, the way that happened with someone talking about the opinions she had, what she was going to do when she got on the bench, this is wrong. No one's going to have confidence in the legal system anymore. No litigant should come into the courtroom knowing that they lost their case before the judge ever heard an argument or read a brief. That's wrong. I have lots of opinions, but I put those opinions aside when I'm on the bench. Everyone gets a fair shake. And there are lots of times that I've made decisions that the law said I have to do this and my personal opinion went the other way, but the law wins. That's the oath I took. And I understand how important that is to the system. Our state's economy won't thrive if you can't expect that the laws that are passed are going to be respected by the courts. Then, as say you own a manufacturing business, are you going to hire people? Are you going to take the risk to expand your operations and make the community here thrive with those jobs when you don't know for sure that the laws are going to stay stable and predictable? We have to have that, and I'm seeing that falling apart, frankly. And what we saw happen even before the fourth justice on the liberal majority was sworn in, they met, I would argue, illegally because they weren't yet a block of that court. They met and voted, the four of them, to fire the director of state courts the next day, the first day that the new one was sworn in. They didn't have to do that. It was unnecessary. They're putting down their marker to let us know things are going to be different. And then when 10 days later or so, they informed the Chief Justice that your constitutional powers you hold as Chief Justice, we're going to do those as a committee of four. This is wrong. Nobody can trust the legal system if the high courts don't respect the law.
Brad Schindel is with us in the studio. Brad, I think we all know when somebody runs, whether they have conservative leanings or liberal leanings, but that's much different than coming out and saying, this is how I feel about a specific issue. This is how I will vote on a specific issue. With that said, campaigning is one thing. Governing or being a justice is another. Should Janet Protasevich recuse herself from all the cases where she firmly said, this is what I would do, this is how I feel?
That's a decision she has to make, knowing what's in her heart. But I'm concerned when you make those statements, are the litigants ever going to feel confident they got a real fair shake? The law doesn't require her, I think, to recuse. She's got to make that decision whether she can be fair or not. I think she's tipped her hand in a way that she shouldn't have done. And she's not the first to do that. I mean, frankly, there's another justice who was caught on a recording out at a fundraiser in California saying that she was going to undo Act 10. Well, wow, big coincidence. Yesterday, we get more lawsuits filed on Act 10, which was passed in 2011. It's been litigated heavily. I have some real questions about whether this is legitimate to be looking at something that's that established again. But it's for the courts to decide. And frankly, if I were on the court right now, fine. The lawsuits filed, I'll look at it objectively.
I want to give you a chance to respond to what Democratic Party of Wisconsin Chair Ben Wickler said. There's a statement last night saying that you don't deserve promotion to our state's highest court, saying that Wisconsinites have already said Brad's not our guy. So giving you a chance to respond to that.
Oh, I guess he's referring to the election I lost in 2018. In 2018, I lost by less than 1%, 17,000 votes out of about 2.5 million cast. It was a bizarre circumstance where a third-party candidate, I challenge anybody out there to remember the name of this person who ran as a constitutional party candidate. He ran on 2 items that all you could find in his website was he believed all abortion should be illegal under all circumstances, and he believed that we needed to undo, the Attorney General of Wisconsin needed to undo the same-sex marriage decision that the United States Supreme Court passed. Those are things that the Attorney General has nothing to do with. That was pure political pandering to try to siphon off some conservative votes. He took 47,000 votes. I lost by 17. That's the difference in that race. Neither Josh Call nor I got 50% of the vote in that election because of that. I did win in 2014, and I won soundly then, and I campaigned harder than anybody. You will not find it. No one will outwork me. And I build great relationships. I have those relationships ready to go already. The people around the state that organize the grassroots networks have been contacting me nonstop. My phone has been blowing up with texts all day. Brad, can you come to this event in February? Can you come to this event in January? We're going to have our calendar all booked out. That will all get ready to go again. We'll win this thing.
Brad Schimmel is a candidate for the Wisconsin Supreme Court. It's always good to see you, Brad. Thanks for stopping by.
Good to see you, John. Thanks, Greg. Great to see you.
It is 3:57 at WTMJ.
Well, happy holidays for my friends at Siding Unlimited. They're the best in the business when it comes to beautifying your home's exterior. All the talented craftsmen, the office folks, the families, the brothers, Aaron and Eric Brown, they run a fantastic business right there in Brookfield, 665 Larry Court. Pay them a visit. Take some pictures. What's not working at your home, and have Siding Unlimited help make it work. They've done it for me over the years with windows, siding, roofing, doors, pretty much everything in their line of services they have helped us out with at our homes. Check them out, Siding Unlimited in Brookfield, 665 Larry Court, or of course online at sidingunlimited.com.
Harley-Davidson electric bike spinoff Serial One has been sold to a Florida company that says it's reducing retail prices and will relocate manufacturing to the United States. Serial One has its corporate roots in Milwaukee. Ascension, Wisconsin's new top executive is working to turn the health system around after it faced scrutiny for cutting services. Columbia St. Mary's is recruiting physicians for its labor and delivery unit after Ascension closed that department at its St. Francis campus last year. A unique McGuanago estate inspired by the Palace of Versailles sold Monday after an auction. The sale price of $1.5 million was more than $3 million less than the owner had previously been asking. I'm Teddy Nykel with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
This report is sponsored by the Froedtert Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network.
Heart disease won't stop us. Diabetes won't slow us down. Allergies, high blood pressure, shoulder pain, cancer. Nothing will keep us from pushing Wisconsin ahead. Because with the Froedtert and the Medical College of Wisconsin Health Network, forward progress is what we stand for. That means always pushing and always innovating. With new technologies and breakthrough treatments that make life better, whether we're sick or well. It means providing more convenience and more ways to receive medical excellence for all your health needs, for big and small. It means being there for you, our family, caring for yours. So let's keep raising the bar. Let's keep testing the limits of what medicine can do. Let's push ahead and make life here as great as it can be. Visit Freighter.com to find out how.
Small business owners can make a little of anything go a long way.
It's true. My bakery is made up of a little sugar, spice, and edible glitter.
Well, that's why U.S. Cellular is offering small businesses lines for as little as $19.99, plus $300 off any phone.
That's great. A little does go a long way. Unless we're talking sprinkles, everyone always needs more sprinkles.
Oh, of course. Get lines for $19.99 plus $300 off any phone today. U.S. Cellular, built for business, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We're Ted and Pam, owners of Church and Chapel Funeral Homes here in town.
Our family, serving your family.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Exergen thermometers are a top choice of medical professionals at highly ranked hospitals across the U.S. Accuracy matters, so make Exergen the chosen thermometer for your home and family.
Get your rock-solid guaranteed pre-approval to buy at accunet.com.
Traffic sponsored by Wettiger Compressor, the Midwest air compressor experts. Visit pressureisoff.biz.
Servicing world-class Wisconsin manufacturers for 9 decades. Contact Wettiger Compressor at pressureisoff.biz.
Wettiger Compressor.
WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Your hometown hub for everything that matters. The latest news, traffic, weather, and sports on Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 4 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. Your top story: winter arrives with snow and parking confusion.
I'm Greg Matzik. A new attempt to restore collective bargaining.
I'm Debbie Lazaga, and some good news. That accident in the Plainfield curve on 4394 southbound has been cleared out of the way. We do still have pretty hefty delays, though, slowing down basically from Silver Spring, solid all the way down to about Howard Avenue. Northbound side's backing up a bit out of the Marquette up past Keith. And then on eastbound 894, the on-ramp from 27th Street, we got an accident there that's still being worked on. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, the rain-snow tapers off, a low of 36 degrees. Tomorrow, patchy fog early in the day. Rain-snow mix late in the day, a high of 42. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, mistaken evictions at a park and ride. Milwaukee Police Department issuing citations early this morning for residents at the Holt Avenue Park and Ride lot as winter parking rules begin today. MPD has since issued a statement saying that city parking ordinances are not applicable to the park and ride, and they're in the process of voiding the citations that were issued. The statement reads in part, MPD is committed to viable housing options for the Holt Avenue Park and Ride occupants and will work with our county partners on this front.
Administrator of Housing Services for Milwaukee County, James Matthew, tells WTMJ most residents at the Park and Ride do have plans for transitioning to permanent housing.
We have been working on housing plans with individuals at the parking rides for several months now. So we do homeless outreach first and second shift, and our team has been at the parking rides every day. So individuals that are currently in the parking rides have housing plans, and they have apartments that have identified for them.
Matthew adds that this past year is the first time the Holt Avenue location has been a larger issue, saying homeless outreach teams visit all park and rides and any encampments in Milwaukee throughout the summer and winter months.
7 unions representing teachers and other public workers in Wisconsin have filed a lawsuit attempting to end the state's near total ban on collective bargaining for most public employees.
The lawsuit says Act 10 violates equal protection guarantees in the Wisconsin state constitution by dividing public employees into 2 classes, general and public safety employees. Assembly Speaker Robin Voss says repealing Act 10 would bankrupt schools and local governments. The measure has withstood a number of legal challenges since it was signed into law by then Governor Scott Walker, including when the Wisconsin Supreme Court in 2014 2014 upheld the law, rejecting a lawsuit brought by teachers and Milwaukee public workers. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
And 2 years after the Waukesha Christmas parade tragedy, the dancing grannies are still going strong.
Kathy Grzinski says the grannies dance because
age is relative. Some people are old at 40 and some people are still going gangbusters at 80. So it depends on what you want to do.
the group lost 3 dancers and a helper at the 2021 Christmas parade. Co-president Jean Knutson says they owe it to them to keep it up.
And if we would have let the group go and dissolve back when the tragedy happened, I don't think she'd be happy about that.
Today, co-president Jan Kwiatkowski says they are
Granny's strong, Granny's strong.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur confirms his belief that Taylor Swift will be at Lambeau Field Sunday when the Packers host the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's what I've heard.
LaFleur also confirms that Aaron Jones will not play due to a knee injury. And the third-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles men's basketball team visits Madison tomorrow to face the Badgers for an 11:30 tip. Plus, the Bucks return home Saturday night to host the Atlanta Hawks.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 4:05.
This report is sponsored by Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart.
In the past 70 years, there's something that has never changed. The kitchen. Oh, it may look a little different as the decades have passed, but it's always been where family gathers for meals, memories, and more. Wisconsin Kitchen Mart has always understood that and remains dedicated to making that important space special.
With an expansive 18,000 square foot showroom filled with full-size displays featuring Play-Doh custom cabinetry, award-winning designers, plus their own in-house installation department, let Wisconsin Kitchen Mart transform your kitchen into a true gathering place.
I'm Robert Iskey, Vice President and Designer from Wisconsin Kitchen Mart. We've been remodeling kitchens and baths since 1951 and can help establish a vision for your remodel. We bring the carpenters, plumbers, electricians, and everyone else needed to make your dream kitchen a reality.
Higher design, higher style, higher Wisconsin Kitchen Mart on the corner of West Wisconsin Avenue and 36th Street in Milwaukee. Online at wisconsinkitchenmart.com.
What you doing?
I'm completely sealing up all the doors to get the house ready for winter.
How will we get in and out?
We'll just have to hunker down till spring.
Sometimes getting your home ready for winter is best left to professionals. The same is definitely true for your vehicles. And now's the time to visit any of the 115 Adam member new car dealers to get your oil changed. Have your brakes and wipers checked and make sure your tires will get you through a long Wisconsin winter. Visit ADAMM.com to find the nearest Adam member dealer.
Hey, it's early December. If you're not a fan of the snow and the cold, I know I kind of struggle with it. We've got something to cheer you up. You can win your share of $400,000 at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. I'm here with my friend Sarah Neubauer from Potawatomi. Sarah, tell us about this.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, so every Thursday this month, use your club card to earn points as you play. And before you leave, visit any promotional kiosk and play the Reindeer Rewards game. We're giving away $400,000 in reward play this month. So make sure you're here next Thursday to get your share.
I love that. Something to get excited about. And excitement is peppermint. It's the flavors of Christmas. And Cream City Coffee Company just started their holiday menu. Tell us about that.
Yeah, stop in and try all the different ways you can enjoy peppermint-flavored drinks such as hot chocolate, peppermint mocha, or frappe. We also have gingerbread and eggnog lattes.
Ooh.
And if you're looking for a cocktail while still keeping warm, we're serving mulled wine and Earl Grey hot toddies at Cream City Coffee Company as well.
Oh, that sounds delicious. And I'm kind of a pastry guy. Bakery is my thing, and I hear Cream City Coffee's got me covered there, too.
Oh, yeah. We have an amazing pastry kitchen that makes all of our delicious pastries every morning, so they're very fresh. And on our holiday menu, there's a peppermint white chocolate cookie, banana walnut bread, and even a gluten-free gingerbread muffin for just $3.
Hey, we're talking about giving that season. Heart of Canal is one of my favorite things in our city. How can guests join the fun of giving back?
So now through December 12th, so it's coming up, we invite you to share your heart simply by playing the Heart of Canal Street bingo game at Potawatomi Casino Hotel. Every time you play this special game, you're helping us raise funds to reach that goal of $500,000 to give away to children's charities.
Oh, my gosh, that just warms my heart. Where can people get more information?
Paysbig.com.
Paysbig.com. Sarah Neubauer with Potawatomi. Thank you so much, Sarah.
Thanks, John.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
All right, the team is here. Greg is here. Debbie's in the traffic center. Jessica's in for Wyatt in the newsroom, and Tommy's in for Sam producing the show this afternoon. So the Brewers had their annual big sale today where they put everything on clearance, and you can go in and you can buy some stuff. Our guy, Tony Cartagena, executive producer here at WTMJ, went to check out the sale with a mission. Tony, what was your mission? He's with us live in the studio.
It was the best assignment I've ever had. Let's just start with that. But in honor of the Brewers being in Milwaukee for 53 years, and with recent deals being struck, they might be here for another 53 plus. Yep. You guys sent me to the clearance sale with a budget of $53.
That's right.
And you said, bring back everything you can. And I thought I was going to come back with like a baseball and half a box of Cracker Jacks. I got so many things. It was an incredible morning. My Christmas shopping's done.
My takeaway from here is that Keston Hiura stuff is on sale.
Yeah, you can say
former
that.
Prospect. I don't think he's with the team anymore. I think he's a free agent. Who knows where Keston is? But if you want Keston Hiura stuff, the Brewers sale is the way to go.
Yeah, if you're, they have a plush. If you're watching on YouTube, you can see a Keston Hiura plush. Got a couple koozies. I think they were $1. I was a huge Keston Hiura fan, so I took the Hiura koozies over just like the generic Brewers ones.
Animal thing is pretty cool.
Yeah, originally $18. Now it was only like $2 or something this morning. Great morning. It was, and if you are into like collecting, a lot of authentic stuff. So game used jerseys, practice stuff, bats, basically everything that a baseball player would use throughout the season except like sunflower seeds. Yeah, it is available.
What was the coolest thing you saw, or the most interesting or unique thing you saw?
So the game-used bats were interesting, not because I wanted to really buy one, but there are some that just look like a unused bat, and some have so much pine tar all over them, and they're just dirty. And even one of the tags, because I stayed there for a little bit, I was looking, and one said even like it was a Garcia's from a couple years ago, and just said cracked bat. And so I looked at it, and I was just like, this is a broken piece of wood, but it was kind of cool.
Yeah.
And they also had lineup cards that are posted in the dugout for each game.
That's cool.
And that was the only sign of Craig Counsell because he has to sign each one. And I was looking through the lineup cards and I noticed penmanship A+. Just impeccable writing on these lineup cards.
Yeah, they typically have a writer write out the initial lineup card that I think Craig or Pat Murphy in the last few years would make, swapping in player X for player Y.
So someone's job is professional lineup card writer?
I never knew that.
You want to make that look great?
They have like a calligrapher or someone that will make a fancy card?
During the Ron Renicky years, it was always calligraphy. It was brilliant. Yeah, it looked beautiful.
Really?
Yeah.
Are they doctors?
Nice.
They have bad handwriting? Like Craig Counsell and Pat Murphy can't write out their own card?
Ben Franklin with the quill and the ink, just the feather and the...
That's what it kind of looks. It's so good.
Yeah.
And they're laminated. I looked at them and it was just like, Counsell's name's on it. I'm out. But it was very, very well done. But there's so much cool stuff. I got a postseason hoodie. It's a Nike hoodie from this year to represent, the 2 games they quickly lost that postseason. It's like $20 for a Nike hoodie.
Quality.
It's awesome.
Seriously.
That is really nice.
Yeah, they didn't have
one
your
of those
guys'
at home.
sizes. Don't worry. I checked.
Yeah. That's pretty cool. What else did you bring us?
So I got you guys each a pint glass because drinks.
Look at that's legit. It's a spring training glass. That's not...
there's MLB logos on them. Super nice. Got you guys shot glasses as well because it's a set,
Yeah.
The Hiura koozies, hats. One's from spring training. One's like classic barrel man, so fun stuff there. The Hiura plush, and got myself a hoodie. So a great morning.
Nice work.
How busy was it? Were there a lot of people there?
You were bumping shoulders with people for sure in the clubhouse. I think I was in the visitors clubhouse, I'm pretty sure. But
that's pretty cool. So they set the stuff up in the visitors clubhouse. So you get to go in the visitors clubhouse.
Oh yeah, that part was awesome too. So I'm grabbing shirts and hoodies off of the rack.
Yeah.
But they're in lockers.
Oh, that's
so you're
pretty
going
cool.
up to a locker that Aaron Judge could have used last year, and you have to go through and find your size and then see what the price is and stuff. But
that's cool.
It's so well set up. It all benefits Alex's lemonade stand. So you can round up at the register for that. And they have everything from phone cases for $1 to game-used jerseys for however much they were. But if you're working on a budget or you're looking at Christmas, it was, as a huge Brewers fan, great morning. I had so much fun.
$53. You did good.
Nice
Check
work.
out the little
53 on the head, by the way. Y'all sent me to do math, and I'm in the store sweating because I had to pull out my calculator. It was a whole thing.
Yeah,
it was
sorry about
53 on the head.
This little Keston guy is cute. I'll ship that off to Central California or wherever he's living these days.
He might sign it for you.
Tony Cartagena. Thanks, Tony. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, guys.
It is 4:13 at WTMJ. Jason Wilde with us live. Up next. Hey, WTMJ's John Mercure here. Join me every Saturday at noon for Experience Wisconsin. We check in with communities across the state for the best and brightest spots around Wisconsin. This week, we're joined by two of my favorite people, Milwaukee Food and City Tours' Teresa Nemitz, and from Visit Lake Geneva, Stephanie Klett.
Downtown Lake Geneva is like a Hallmark card. It's very historical, and of course, the lake then is the backdrop.
It's Experience Wisconsin, Saturday at noon, right here on 620 WTMJ. Hey, John Mercure here for Sidex. Upgrade and transform your current bathroom space. I'm not kidding. In the last 2 days, I talked to two people who are using Sidex. Tub and shower conversions. They did it in our house. Took out the bathtub, the conventional bathtub, put in a walk-in shower with a glass door. It is beautiful. It's transformed our bathroom. Sidex. Best products, industry's best installers. Joe and his teams at Sidex are doing it for real. Free shower door upgrade when you mention WTMJ or John Mercure. So head to Sidex and check them out. They will change your bathroom. Your house will be nicer. It's Sidex. Sidex, like excellence. It's Sidex.
Set your independence in motion. It starts with PACE at Community Care. The program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, also known as PACE, offers complete medical and long-term care services. A team of dedicated healthcare professionals coordinates all aspects of care to support independent living as long as possible. Learn more about a community that cares. Visit joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE. That's joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Pain relief and gimmicks. The two seem to go hand in hand. And it really is a shame, because when you're living with chronic pain, you're vulnerable. And that's why so many people get tricked into buying unproven treatments. At Rejuvenex, we understand how you suffer, how you wait to get out of bed because you know the pain is coming. Chronic pain from osteoarthritis is a terrible thing. And that's why we use our proprietary, powerful, FDA-approved treatments to precisely target your affected areas, to provide cushion and lubrication that helps deliver long-lasting pain relief in shoulders, hips, elbows, and knees. I'm Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We're in-network with most major insurance plans, including Medicare and Medicaid. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief, really.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Hurt at work? Call Tayback for the payback. An injury at work may leave you eligible for compensation benefits, including lost wages, coverage of medical bills, or a cash settlement. Call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Traffic and weather begins with Debbie Lazaga. Hello, Deb.
Hello, John. Eastbound on 894, the 27th Street on-ramp, we've got a crash there. That's our only incident we've got going on at the moment. However, delays everywhere. Southbound 41, heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down past Burleigh. Northbound's going to be slow out of the Zoo Interchange all the way up to Burleigh. 894 southbound also backing up from Greenfield Avenue down and around the Hale Interchange onto 894 eastbound. And then on 94, we've got backups from just east of 164 through the Gerke's Corners area all the way to about Calhoun. And then that continues, you open up and you get till you get to about 76th Street. That's where you start to slow down again, heading through the Stadium Interchange. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for tonight, little rain snow mix, a low of 36 degrees. Tomorrow, chance for rain, a high of 41. Sunday, rain, snow mix, a high of 42. Monday, cloudy 42. Tuesday, slight chance for rain, a high of 40 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it is 38.
It's time for Green and Gold Insiders on Wisconsin's Afternoon News.
Yes, the man, Jason Wilde and Tausch, 9 a.m. to noon, Monday through Friday on ESPN Milwaukee. Wilde, good afternoon.
Hi, guys. I can augment Debbie's report that I-43 southbound, very backed up.
Not
very
good.
Backed up. So not good. The rain making it tough.
Yeah. Hey, I wanted to apologize. I think I butt dialed you about 12:45 this afternoon. I was actually in a meeting with Tony Cartagena, our executive producer, who you know, and suddenly I looked down in my phone and said Jason Wilde, and it looks like it was ringing. And I said, I think Wilde's calling me. And Tony said, he's on the air, you knucklehead. You must have butt dialed him, and I did, so I apologize.
Well, anything to get out of a meeting with Tony. I don't blame you.
Yeah, right. So a little peek behind the curtain. So we had our team-wide last day of the month sort of call today. We do it on the last Friday of every month. And it was all about the great content being made and ways we connect with our partners. And there was a kind of a distant shot on the screen, and this adorable little girl was kind of hiding in the woods, and she's got a snowball in her hand, and she rifles it at somebody. And then the cutaway shot is Jason Wilde wearing an elf costume getting hit in the face with a snowball. I hope you're okay, Jason. And I'm not sure if the elf costume was rented or if you owned it, but I did have a lot of questions after watching.
I do own it, and I bought it on Poshmark, pre-worn, for our Jingle for Your Kringle contest with the Racine Danish Kringles, where you can submit a jingle ESPNWisconsinContest.com, and if yours is chosen, you win Kringle for a year. I know you guys love Kringle.
Yes, absolutely.
But Maddie played the role of the street tough throwing the snowball at Buddy the Elf. Sydney played the role of Buddy's younger brother. And so we did a send-up of I love that movie. And I'm not a huge Will Ferrell guy, but I really love that movie. And so, yes, we had some fun with it. Maddie made a great throw, and then through the creative process of Hollywood editing, I had her throw the snowball from much closer up. So I only had to do one take, which was
that's good.
Very important to me.
Because it did hit you in the face.
Yeah, son of a nutcracker.
Yeah, exactly.
Or in my case, son of a Kringle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. Hey, we're getting some hints and ideas that Taylor Swift will be at the game on Sunday, and I think that's all people are concerned with at this point. And that is a good thing. Matt LaFleur kind of asked about that today, and he kind of gave a kind of a snickering response. Who's she? What's her name? Who? What's going on at Lambeau? This is another sort of all eyes on Lambeau sort of night here for this young team that's growing, Jason. That's cool stuff.
It is, and it was funny that LaFleur responded that way. I know one of my brethren in the media, when he was acting, feigning that he didn't know who Taylor Swift was, said, Wilde's ringtone, because I'd had that incident last week or 2 weeks ago. All I can tell you is this. Our girls, they're not huge football fans. We don't spend a whole lot of time talking about the Packers. I kind of talk to them about Jordan Love and those guys, kind of like guys that I work with, like I would talk about you guys. And so they're kind of demystified by all that. So they never ask for tickets to games, ever. They've never asked. They've expressed maybe some interest vaguely. But Sydney this week was like, hey, I'm going to need a ticket for the game on Sunday night. I'm like, what do you mean? It's a school night. Well, Taylor Swift is going to be there. I just want to be in the same building. Maddie's more of a Pink fan, so she doesn't need to go. But I'm like, Sid, you can't be my intern. Like, I can't just bring you to the stadium. I'll go by myself. No, Sid, you're not going by yourself.
That's a great story. Your partner there on Wilde and Tausch said he was giddy when we asked him about the prospect of Taylor being at Lambeau. Giddy, he said.
Yeah, I don't believe him. I think he's lying.
Yeah, I don't either.
We don't either.
We don't either.
We didn't either.
I will say this. I mean, look, first of all, ridiculously talented. I've told the story before. Paula and I, long before the girls came along, I don't think we were even married yet. We went and saw her. She opened for Rascal Flatts at Summerfest, and I had no idea who she was. But I'm big on, if I'm paying for a concert, I want to see everyone who's performing. And we got there for her as the opening act, and there were miles and miles of teenage girls. And I was like, who is this? Oh, she's some country singer. She's like 18. And now look at her. I mean, it's amazing to see just how huge of a deal she is. So Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Jordan Love, they're all taking back seats to Taylor Swift, except for Tucker Kraft, the Packers rookie tight end, who used the word fangirl with us yesterday when talking about how much he admires Travis Kelce, and how when Travis Kelce got into an elevator with him in Nashville during Tight End University, he said, holy blank, you're Travis Kelce. I mean, he was starstruck himself, as if Taylor Swift was the one getting on board.
I think that's the first thing I said to Tausch when I met him for the first time. But nevertheless, so the Packers' playoff chances, I think, Jason, are better today than they were a year ago at this time, which is a great sign of growth. They're legitimately in this. Okay, so if you're going to boil it down, is it they go 4-2 and they'll get in? Do they need to go 5-1? Just sort of broad-based. I know there's tiebreakers and all that kind of garbage here, but what does it look like in your lens?
I think they're in a bad enough conference where, for the final 5 games, I wouldn't rule out 3-2 being good enough and getting in at 8-9. Frankly, you're right. They're in a better position, and they got some help from old Mike McCarthy last night as the Seahawks lose. So the 6th and 7th spots right now: Seattle 6-6, Minnesota 6-6. The Packers are half a game out of that at 5-6. So there's certainly possibilities there. I just, a couple of weeks ago, LaFleur, somebody asked him about the playoffs, and LaFleur's line was, "I don't want to go Jim Mora on you," which, if you're too young to get that reference, that's playoffs? Playoffs? I'm just hoping we win a game. And in fairness to him, that was the right answer for him to give. But they're in the thick of it. They are in the hunt, as you like to say, Greg. And the problem that I would only have with that is they are a young team that could very well have some of those kind of clunker performances that against a team where you're like, oh, they should beat these guys, like the Giants in a couple weeks. I could see them just having one of those games where things don't go right and they find a way to lose. So there's a lot of football left to be played. I don't think this game Sunday night, as exciting and interesting and swifty as it may be, is the game that we have to be really thinking about in terms of their playoff chances. If they win it, amazing. Their chances go up through the roof. If they lose, I don't think it's a backbreaker at all. Those last 5 games, they are all winnable for this team.
ESPN Milwaukee's Jason Wilde and Tausch, 9 a.m. to noon. You can hear it throughout the state of Wisconsin. Jason, drive safe. Get down here safely. Thanks for catching up. Have a good weekend.
We are. It's Tech Week at the Marcus Center, so we are headed inside. She's very excited.
That's a big one.
Thanks for your support of the Nutcracker, guys.
You got it, Jason. We'll talk to you next week. Thank you.
All right. Take care. Be good.
425 at WTMJ. After the news, the weekend review, and a couple things we're going to discuss with Andy Field from ABC News. The latest on Israel, some interesting developments there, and George Santos expelled, an historic vote in the House today. Andy Field joins us also coming up between 4:30 and 5 o'clock. The WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update on this Friday. The S&P hits a new closing high for the year. The Dow is surging. How'd they do? The S&P 500 was up 27 points today to close at 45.94. The Dow was up 295 points to close at 36,245. And the NASDAQ was up 79 points to close at 14,305. The Annex Wealth Management Year-End Tax Planning Guide is out. Download yours at annexwealth.com. John Mercure here for Guthrie and Fry, offering friendly, convenient, budget-conscious water conditioning systems. They just put in my house a water softener and also a reverse osmosis system, so my water is crisp, clean, and clear. It's Guthrie and Fry since 1974. Protecting the water in my house, they'll do the same thing for you. Comprehensive, reliable products and services, fixed rental rates, everyday competitive pricing. They are the best in the business. At Guthrie and Fry, one of the things I love is they treat their clients like family. That's how they treat them. GuthrieFryWater.com. GuthrieFryWater.com.
Set your game plan for a new baseball season with a 2024 Brewers 4-pack. Pick from 4 action-packed plan choices, each loaded with can't-miss Brewers games to fit your schedule and the best ticket prices. All available before single-game tickets are sold. Plus, when you buy a pair of 4-packs, you'll get a limited edition Brewers knit hat. Find the right plan for you today at brewers.com/4packs.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit? Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th. It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids, and still counting. Join us and WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season. To support, visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
And don't forget to bring toys.
Is your home drafty and cold in the winter? Retro Foam of southeastern Wisconsin will fill your walls, lower your heating and cooling bills, and give you an airtight seal with their foam insulation. It's all done from the exterior of your home without any hassle or mess. Retro Foam offers a lifetime no-cost warranty with a property protection guarantee. They take pride in their customer service, treating all customers like family. Get 0% financing for 5 years if you call and mention WTMJ. Call today at 262-234-FOAM. That's 262-234-FOAM.
The Boucher Group has exciting news to share with you. We've expanded to better serve our community.
Introducing Nissan Lake Country, the newest addition to our family.
Step into our showroom and discover our exceptional selection of brand new Nissans.
We're also stocked with the best pre-owned options in the market.
And as we expand, we're not just growing our inventory, we're also growing our team.
So join a team that values your skills and celebrates your success.
Visit us online or in-store today and view our current job listings at bouchercareers.com.
When you see our selection of gently worn brand name girls and women's clothing, you'll love what you find, and you'll love the prices. So low that you won't believe your eyes. At St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores, you'll find something cute, maybe a whole new outfit for so much less. Gently worn brand name clothing at far below retail. You're gonna love it. On Highway 100 at Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd and Lincoln in Milwaukee.
You're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Traffic is sponsored by Harwood Place Senior Living. Learn more about Harwood Place Retirement Living's newly renovated apartments and updated pricing options. Visit harwoodplace.org or call to schedule a tour.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 4:30. I'm Jessica Gatso. Your top story, state leaders reacting to a challenge to Act 10.
I'm Debbie Loziga. Southbound 43 at Good Hope Road. We've got an accident that's blocking the right lane, so watch out for those delays. Beyond that, delays from just before Hampton Avenue, stretching all the way through the Marquette interchange, all the way down to the KK River. Northbound side's backing up from the Marquette all the way up to Keefe. Southbound 41, very heavy from Appleton Avenue all the way down to about Burleigh, with the northbound side slowing from Blue Mound Road all the way up to Burleigh. And eastbound 94, we're seeing some backups now from Highway 164 all the way to about Calhoun, a little bit east of Calhoun's where you're seeing those delays, and then back on the brakes from about 76th Street through the Stadium interchange. I'm Debbie Loziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, rain and snow early. We could see up to 1 inch of precipitation inland, a low of 36. On Saturday, patchy fog and then mostly cloudy skies. We'll see that wintry mix return at night, a high of 42. At 4:31, it's 36 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, 7 unions representing teachers and other public workers in Wisconsin have filed a lawsuit attempting to end the state's near-total ban on collective bargaining for most public employees.
The lawsuit says Act 10 violates equal protection guarantees in the Wisconsin state constitution by dividing public employees into 2 classes, general and public safety employees. Assembly Speaker Robin Voss says repealing Act 10 would bankrupt schools and local governments. The measure has withstood a number of legal challenges since it was signed into law by then Governor Scott Walker, including when the Wisconsin Supreme Court in 2014 upheld the law, rejecting a lawsuit brought by teachers and Milwaukee public workers. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Former Wisconsin Attorney General Brad Schimmel says he's unsure about the legitimacy of the Act 10 challenge. Schimmel, who filed to run for state Supreme Court on Thursday, joined Wisconsin's Afternoon News today.
It's been litigated heavily. I have some real questions about whether this is legitimate to be looking at something that's that established again. But it's for the courts to decide. And frankly, if I were on the court right now, fine. The lawsuit's filed. I'll look at it objectively.
The state's high court could hear the Act 10 challenge as early as next year. It's December 1st, and that means winter parking regulations begin in the city of Milwaukee. No parking is allowed on through highways and bus routes from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. In addition, anytime a snow emergency is declared, all vehicles must follow posted signs and alternate side park citywide between the hours of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. or risk fines between $50 and $150, along with the potential the vehicle is towed. Winter parking rules end on March 1st of 2024. Passengers aboard MCTS buses will notice one seat is blocked off today.
68 years ago today, Rosa Parks famously rejected a Montgomery, Alabama bus driver's order to vacate a row of 4 seats in the colored section in favor of a white passenger once the white section was filled. 1 seat on MCTS buses will be left open now through Sunday, adorned with a picture of Parks along with a rose. MCTS will also once again pay tribute to Claudette Colvin, who at the age of 15 refused to give up her bus seat 9 months before Parks in March of 1955. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
The Green Bay Packers take on the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs on Sunday night. The Packers are back in the playoff picture after beating the first-place Lions on Thanksgiving Day. ESPN Milwaukee's Mark Tauscher says it's okay if the Packers were to lose on Sunday.
Kansas City is the cream of the crop. I don't think any of us are looking at Green Bay as being that this year. But what we're seeing is that good progression. And even a setback or two when it's against good football teams, I don't mind that. But if you can find a way to win, oh, baby.
Kickoff is 7:15 on Sunday night, and Green Bay game day starts at 4 p.m. right here on WTMJ. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur confirms his belief that Taylor Swift will be at Lambeau Field on Sunday.
That's what I've heard.
LaFleur also confirms that Aaron Jones will not play due to a knee injury. The third-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles men's basketball team visits Madison tomorrow to face the Badgers for an 11:30 tip. And the Bucks return home Saturday night to host the Atlanta Hawks. Citing Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 4:34.
Outdoor living is a cherished experience here, especially in the warm season. Outdoor Living Unlimited is a local family-owned company that will revolutionize outdoor living at your home. Visualize your home and yard with an in-ground pool, screen room, pergola, patio, pavers, deck, even an outdoor kitchen. Get with Outdoor Living Unlimited and put that dream into action. The honest, reliable artists and craftsmen will be honored to work with you. OutdoorLivingUnlimited.com.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
My wife and I went to go see Hamilton on Broadway.
It Ain't Right Tour 2024.
Oh my God, it is amazing. We saw it. Oh, it changed me it changed me. Now, as soon as I hear that, I'm like, I ain't gonna like this.
Sebastian Maniscalco, live on stage in Milwaukee. Fiserv Forum, November 6th, 2024. Get tickets now at Ticketmaster.com. For more, visit SebastianLive.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
'Tis the season to save at Fleet Farm. Save $10 instantly on any purchase of $75 or more for a limited time only with our seasonal savings coupon. Use it to save on gifts from brands like Milwaukee, Columbia, Clam, Lego, Ninja, and more. In-store and online. Gift yourself $10 off with the coupon that keeps on giving this shopping season. And have a Merry Christmas from your friends at Fleet Farm.
WTMJ's Vince Vitrano here for Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Now, my knee injury was a lagging problem, and I'm grateful every day for the surgery that put me back in the game thanks to OAW. But if you or one of the young athletes maybe in your house needs orthopedic care right away, you don't have to go to the emergency room. The Ortho ASAP Clinic has hours Monday through Saturday in Pewaukee and Monday through Friday in Brookfield. Walk right in. Now you're in the hands of the experts at Orthopedic Associates of Wisconsin. Visit them at orthowisconsin.com.
America is kept safe because the Army National Guard responds, protects, and supports our nation when it needs them most. The Army National Guard responds to disasters such as wildfires and floods. They protect us with missile defense, cybersecurity, and civilian support teams for chemical, biological, and radiological hazards. Be there for your community and your country. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service. Sponsored by the Wisconsin Army National Guard. Aired by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association and this station.
I don't want to go to sleep tonight when I can stay up thinking about you. And you know I always do.
All right, happy Friday, everybody. Governor Evers on the mound. Trouble with cantaloupes, an historic house explosion, and more. It's the Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited.
What a week, huh?
What a week, eh? And the naughty list.
A week. Let's rap for a second.
Now batting for your Milwaukee Braves.
Governor Evers' office explaining why the governor's been using an alternative state email account with the name of a late Hall of Fame Milwaukee Braves baseball player.
Evers has been using an email account with the name warren.spahn at wisconsin.gov.
That was done by my predecessor. It's done to kind of protect my work time. We don't have any plans on changing it.
GovSpawn over there.
Who's on the hill today? Ooh, the governor. Oh. Brewers are going to win
the
today.
Governor's throwing today. Huh?
300 wins.
How about that?
Call somebody on the search on the second floor. You're going down now.
One person dead after a house fire on Milwaukee's south side.
Milwaukee Fire Department says one man died after being trapped on the second floor.
I don't know. It's just like looking in fire. I don't know. It gave me a weird feeling.
The Racine County Board unanimously approved a major Microsoft development.
Actor and award-winning comedy writer Richard Marsh.
Yippee-ki-yay is a one-person retelling of Die Hard in parody form.
Yippee-ki-yay, Mr. Falcon.
Cantaloupes have been linked to a salmonella outbreak in 32 states, including Wisconsin.
I need to thank you because I think you may have saved my life.
Oh, good.
And Michelle's, too, while you were at it.
Oh.
You said, what are you having for dinner? And I said, well, I went to the grocery store recently, and I have some asparagus, and we have broccoli crowns, and I have a cantaloupe. And you said you need to throw out the cantaloupe.
Your response to me was, the cantaloupe was $4.
Yes.
Money don't grow on
Cantaloupe.
Former Attorney General and self-described ultra-conservative Brad Schimmel is getting a really early start on campaigning for a seat on the state's highest court.
I'm running to restore integrity and accountability to Wisconsin Supreme Court.
This, like some other positions in the state, are supposedly nonpartisan positions. You think that ship has sailed?
It's really broken down to the conservative candidates end up turning to the Republican Party for that grassroots support, and the liberal candidates end up with the Democrat Party for that. I think the ship has sailed. I don't think we're bringing it back.
You're a bass player.
Cool. Yeah.
Why that instrument?
Well, I had the patience of a typical grade schooler, so you could start playing bass in 4th grade, so I went with bass.
You keep slapping that bass.
Over 400 media delegates will make their way to downtown Milwaukee this week in preparation for the 2024 RNC.
We're also taking into consideration all kinds of new and different media, trying to maximize the exposure and the coverage of the convention.
But will there be enough hotels?
I heard one alderman say last night, we might have to bring in cruise ships. I mean, is that like a legitimate thing, like where we'd have to find more space for some of these people, or is it too early to say something like that?
That's too early to say. We'll find the space. I wouldn't go to cruise ships at this point.
Boat race.
The yeas are 311, the nays are 114, with 2 recorded as present.
Breaking news from Capitol Hill. George Santos appears to have been expelled from Congress.
I will not stand by quietly. I have a stellar conservative record that I am proud of.
Lie! Lie!
Change is coming to Democratic leadership in Madison.
Current Senate Minority Leader Melissa Agard confirming this morning her intention to begin a campaign for Dane County executive.
I'm ready for my next chapter, serving you in Dane County.
Israel with renewed vows to eradicate Hamas and move to the next phase of the war in southern Gaza.
If Hamas is in southern Gaza, we have no choice but to go after Hamas where they are located.
7 unions representing teachers and other public workers in Wisconsin have now filed a lawsuit. They're attempting to end the state's near total ban on collective bargaining.
Beyond breaking the glass ceiling as the first female member of the nation's highest court, Sandra Day O'Connor was a rare example of a justice who came up through electoral politics rather than the federal judiciary.
It's great to be the first, but you don't want to be the last. And if I didn't do it well, it might be.
A fixture in Milwaukee television for more than 3 decades, Carol Meekins is anchoring her final newscast at TMJ4 tonight.
I wish all of you that your holidays are filled with joy, hope, and love. Thank you.
What a week.
Don't listen too much Taylor Swift.
Adding some smolder.
Oh, babe.
Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend.
All right. The Week in Review, brought to you by Outdoor Living Unlimited. Up next, the latest on Israel. Did they know about the Hamas attack before it happened? And a big expulsion in the U.S. House. Very rare event. We're live in Washington, D.C. Straight ahead.
This is Libby Collins. Join me Sunday at 11 a.m. on WTMJ Conversations when we talk with newly retired TMJ4 anchor Carol Meekins.
I still talk to people. They live in Washington County. I'm not going to Milwaukee. And that's sad because there's so much here that's positive and that's good. And people are enjoying the city and they're fine. They leave fine.
WTMJ Conversations, Sunday mornings at 11 on WTMJ.
John Mercure here for Annex Wealth Management. Volatility is everywhere, and it affects everything. Just when you think it's gone, it pops back up, and it really hits home when that volatility hits your investment and retirement plan. It's important to get it right. It's a great time to put things in the hands of the professionals at Annex Wealth Management. When it comes to investment and retirement planning, as well as tax and estate planning, Annex Wealth Management might be a great fit for the guidance they provide as a fee-only fiduciary. They know that it's about you. It's not about commissions. You've worked, saved, and invested for a long time. Be ready when it comes to your investment, retirement, and estate plan. And with the new Tax Smart Planning Strategies Review, you'll have a wiser tax plan in place. I was just in touch with my guy at Annex. They're easy to talk to. They're local. They're accessible. They're going to help you get the retirement that you deserve. Now's a great time to put things in order before 2024 rolls around. Know the difference. Visit AnnexWealth.com. Click the Get Started button today. That's Annex Wealth Management. Locations throughout Southeast Wisconsin or always as close as your computer. AnnexWealth.com.
Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
When you're in pain, you're all ears to any and everybody telling you they can help you. And at Rejuvenex, we're one of them. And there are others. But the difference here is that in most cases, insurance covers the cost of our treatments, because our proprietary and powerful pain relief treatments are FDA approved. Others, like bioregenerative options, aren't covered by insurance, because they're not FDA approved and considered experimental. At Rejuvenex, our treatments are precisely administered to where your pain lives, to cushion and lubricate your affected areas to deliver long-lasting pain relief, sometimes as long as 2 years before a next treatment is needed. This is Richard Salinas, registered nurse with Rejuvenex Arthritis Pain Clinics. We can alleviate your pain, and that'll rejuvenate your life. It's pain relief. Really.
Rejuvenex. Alleviate your pain, rejuvenate your life.
Go to rejuvenex.com to request your appointment.
Looking for a delicious value? Sendik's Quality Friday Fish Fry is the best around. Sendik's, your trusted local grocer.
Traffic and weather is sponsored by Sendik's Food Market, your trusted local grocer since 1926. Good afternoon, Deb.
Good afternoon, John. Couple of issues that we got going on right now. First of all, southbound 43 at Good Hope Road, the right lane's blocked with a crash there. And then on the ramp to get onto 794 eastbound from southbound 43 in the Marquette, we've got a crash off on the right shoulder there. So these areas are going to have backups, obviously. Northbound 43 also going to be slow right out of the Marquette all the way to Keefe. East and westbound 94, as you might imagine, we got backups basically westbound from 25th Street out to Hawley Road, the eastbound side from 76th through to about 27th Street, not to mention the fact that we've got delays in Waukesha County from 164 all the way past Calhoun. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast. Tonight, a little bit of rain, a little bit of snow, a low of 36 degrees. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, chance for rain, a high of 41. On Sunday, rain lakeside, snow possible inland, a high of 42. On Monday, mostly cloudy, 42. On Tuesday, slight chance for rain, snow mix, a high of 40 degrees. Right now in Milwaukee, it is 39. Man, I've gotten snuffly all of a sudden. Just one of those weird things. It all started when I lost my glasses. So I came down to the studio wearing reading glasses, and as I've gotten older, my eyes have gotten a lot worse. I swear to God, they were on my top of my head when I walked in here. I thought maybe you hid them, like as a joke.
It is something I would do, but I didn't.
And I don't know where they are. And then when I started freaking out about not having my glasses, I started sniffling, and I got really congested.
And then you ran upstairs and found a backup pair.
I
so
did.
Good on you for having a red pair along with your blue pair.
I got a red pair, so they're doing okay.
Well, my glasses are snapped. Like I don't know what happened, but like there's a little black frame thing, like it cracked, and I was walking down here, and the lens popped out. What in the world?
Oh yeah, I can see your left one.
Yeah, I'd have been no help to you.
This kind of wonky.
Yes.
So you can read the news through one eye.
Exactly.
If your lens is gone.
Close my other one.
What are you? I'm a 2.0.
175, I think.
Oh, 2.0 is coming for you.
Yeah, I'm catching up.
It's coming for you. Have you followed this story at all? It was in the headlines big time a few years ago. Felicity Huffman, the actress, and others, they were involved in this scheme where they cheated to get their kids into college.
Yes.
Some of them falsified test scores through a guy that did this. Some of them made up false applications where they claimed their kids were track and field athletes.
Yeah, Lori
on the
Loughlin
rowing
was
team.
a part of that too, I think,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
From Full House.
Yep, and the Queen of Hallmark. She was in all the Hallmark
yes.
movies. So today, for the first time, Felicity Huffman, and she was on Desperate Housewives, she is speaking out for the first time today about the scandal. And she says, I felt like I had to break the law to give my daughter a future. She says, I was so afraid my daughter would not get into school that I was driven to break the law, and I knew I was breaking the law. And it felt like it was something that I had to do because I wanted her to succeed. I now have shame, but I felt cheating was the only option to give my daughter a future. This is just terrible.
So to me, that speaks to the lack of quality parenting that was happening during the child's upbringing.
Yes.
Right? If you feel like cheating is the only way that your child will have a bright future, something went wrong in years 1 through 18 to make you think that.
So I'm trying to read here because I can't remember if the children knew. I think in some of these cases the kids knew, and in some they did not know that their parents were cheating. And I don't see that in the article, and I can't remember. She spent, I think, like 10 days in prison or something like that and had to pay a ton of money. Her husband's the actor, William Macy. He's been in a lot of things. You'd recognize him. He didn't face any charges. She didn't tell her husband, which I guess she didn't cut him in, so he didn't know. He faced no charges, but she went to prison for a short period of time.
I don't watch the Hallmark Channel all that often. I don't know if Lori Loughlin's been banned from the Hallmark Channel.
She's off.
I remember that was a thing at the time. I didn't know how long, if there was a duration of time or how it was all spelled out, but you're right. I mean, is she following Full House? Man, you turn on the Hallmark Channel around the holiday time, you are going to see Lori Loughlin.
Yep, she was in all those movies.
Delightful lady.
Another big story today is the George Santos expulsion. It's really historic in a lot of senses. ABC's Andy Field is with us from Washington, where this has been all the buzz for a couple of days, and now, after on the third try, success in expelling him. Andy, tell us how this went down.
Not well for George Santos. He is he's now only the sixth member of the House in the U.S. history who has been expelled from office. And what's interesting is that a lot of Republicans did not vote to expel him, but just enough did to get past that 2/3 of the House threshold to kick him out of office. He argued, and some of those Republicans argued, that he hadn't been convicted of anything. There were a lot of accusations. The Ethics Committee report certainly had a whole lot of evidence that he did many unethical things, and we know that he's admitted to lying about a whole lot of things to get elected. But none of that is a conviction in a criminal court of law. And the difference between Santos and virtually everyone else who's been expelled from office is that they were all convicted of something in a court of law first, and then they were expelled, which some Republicans say, look, we don't like the guy. We certainly don't think that what we've heard, what he did was right, but he should get due process. But none of that matters anymore because George Santos is no longer a member of the House of Representatives, and they're going to have to hold a special election in New York to replace him.
Andy, is there any clarity on when that special election will take place?
Well, we know that the New York governor has about 10 days to set the date for it. She will likely do that sooner. And then the leadership in the both parties have to come up with a candidate to run. They're not going to have primaries. They don't have enough time for that. So it's basically going to be the old-fashioned back room with the cigarettes, or, since it's a modern era, probably vaping pens. They'll sit there and try to decide who they're going to run. And certainly independents can do that too. Get their name on the ballot, and we'll see what happens. This is kind of a swing district. It's not completely red or blue, but more Democrats and Republicans have won this on Long Island, and certainly the Republicans did not want to lose another seat because they have such a slim majority to vote for anything in the House.
ABC's Andy Field is with us from Washington. Andy, the other story that you've been working today is that Israel apparently knew about the October 7th attack before it happened. What did they do with that information? How did they treat that information if they were indeed tipped off that the massacre was likely to happen?
Well, from what the New York Times reports, Israeli intelligence didn't take it very seriously because they said there's no way Hamas could pull something like this off. Apparently, there was details on how it would happen, but the Israeli military, the Israeli intelligence looked at it and said, well, this is a wish list. There's no way that they can do this. In fact, Hamas did do it with incredible secrecy, and it was devastating in Israel. More than 1,000 people slaughtered in this attack, many people taken hostages, which led to this now more than 2 months old war. It's interesting that there are echoes of what happened just before 9/11 here in the United States, where famously that presidential daily briefing that George W. Bush received literally 36 days before the 9/11 attack that said Osama bin Laden intended to attack the United States, offering some fairly good detail on how he might do it. And for some reason, either that wasn't taken seriously or there wasn't any action taken on it, and we saw what happened then. And there were years of hand-wringing and wondering why the U.S. had this in their hands. They didn't do anything about it. Certainly the same thing may happen in Israel, but right now the Israeli officials say they've got to prosecute this war, and they will worry about that later.
Is the United States weighing in on this at all, Secretary of State, President Biden, about this report and this information that was apparently missed?
The Secretary of State, Blinken, has weighed in on this, basically saying that the U.S. takes this seriously because, look, Israel's future is pretty much entwined with the United States in terms of how we're allies, that we are supposed to share intelligence. And was there U.S. intelligence involved in this? We don't know the answer to that, but certainly there will be a long investigation into what went wrong and how to prevent something like this from happening again.
ABC's Andy Field in Washington. Andy, thank you so much.
Thanks.
It is 4:55 at WTMJ. Hey, coming up during the 5 o'clock hour on this Friday afternoon, a Santa bike ride unlike anything. I had never heard of anything close to this. We're going to discuss that with you. In case you missed it, it's a feature we like to do on Fridays. Stories that maybe you haven't heard at all or haven't heard a lot about, have a little bit of fun. And what are we calling this, Matzik? The 12 days of BBB scam? What?
Oh, it's the 12 Scams of Christmas, John.
Yes.
We've got the full unadulterated version. I was going to do the outtakes, but those got a little profane, so we'll just go with the version that I created here.
It is really fun. If you've been listening throughout the week, we've been doing this during the 4 o'clock hour. A special treat for you coming up during the 5 o'clock hour. The Scams of Christmas set to music. You'll recognize some of the voices doing some of the singing. We'll get that for you before 5 o'clock as well. Brad Schimmel, the newly announced candidate for the Wisconsin Supreme Court, stops by, and it's going to be a sloppy, messy, yucky weekend. Our friend meteorologist Brian Nisnansky will detail out which day on the weekend looks like the better day for the weekend. We'll do that coming up as well. It is 4:56 at WTMJ. Business headlines up next. John Mercure here for Town Bank. Town Bank has the best banking solutions and the best customer service. It's really that simple. When you think about who you want to deal with when it comes to banking, I'll just speak for myself. I want to deal with a company that is going to take care of me when there's an issue. I know what you're thinking too, right? You pay your bills online. You do the auto pay. You use the app, all of that. Maybe you even deposit your checks without going into the bank. There's going to come a time where you're going to need some customer service, even if you deal with your bank all online. Town Bank has the most robust customer service, the best banking solutions. They're going to take care of you. I know firsthand. I've done this several times. I've got a daughter in Texas and a daughter in New York. They stay with Town Bank, Wisconsin's bank, because it's the best customer service. It is Town Bank. At Town Bank, they view banking differently. They actually want to see your savings grow. That's what they care about. They have CD rates. They'll encourage you to use a CD sometimes instead of a savings account. Stop banking the same way, expecting different results. Start earning more with Town Bank. It's easy. Go to townbank.us/locknewrates or visit a Town Bank branch nearest you. Bank differently with Town Bank. Member FDIC.
Harley-Davidson electric bike spinoff Serial One has been sold to a Florida company that says it's reducing retail prices and will relocate manufacturing to the United States. Serial One has its corporate roots in Milwaukee. Ascension, Wisconsin's new top executive is working to turn the health system around after it faced scrutiny for cutting services. Columbia St. Mary's is recruiting physicians for its labor and delivery unit after Ascension closed that department at its St. Francis campus last year. A unique McGuanago estate inspired by the Palace of Versailles sold Monday after an auction. The sale price of $1.5 million was more than $3 million less than the owner had previously been asking. I'm Teddy Nykel with MilwaukeeBusinessJournal.com on News Radio WTMJ.
R&R Insurance does an exceptional job of providing employee benefits to all of us here at Good Karma Brands. Companies are starting to plan for fall enrollment for their workforce. Here's Jeff Salasinski, VP of Insurance Operations at R&R Insurance.
Thanks, Vince. A benefit understood is a benefit appreciated. Knowing how to best communicate your benefits will help your employees understand their options, guide their decision-making, and increase their sense of value and engagement. In this tight labor market, businesses need to know how to use their benefit program to attract and retain employees.
So, Jeff, what's the solution?
At R&R Insurance, we help employers brand their benefit packages in a customized, easy-to-understand fashion, taking out the complex and confusing nature of shopping for health insurance. With our latest mobile technology, your employees will have easy, immediate access to benefit information for themselves and their families 24/7. At R&R Insurance, we know employee benefits.
That's Jeff from R&R Insurance. Thanks for the great info, Jeff.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. If you've been injured in a motorcycle crash, call Gruber Law Offices today. Bikers are often blamed for causing the accident because the insurance companies simply don't want to pay. At Gruber Law Offices, we've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Trust us to fight for what you deserve. Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. The best time to plan a funeral is when you don't have to. Church and Chapel Funeral Homes. There's one near you.
Find furniture for life from Ken Michaels Furniture in Brookfield, Greenfield, or downtown Milwaukee.
Traffic is sponsored by Hall Mazda Milwaukee. Visit hallmazdamilwaukee.com.
While you're navigating the roads as quickly and safely as possible, if you see something we should know about, call the WTMJ All Mazda Traffic Tip Line, 414-238-9329. WTMJ, W277CV, and WKTI HD2 Milwaukee from the Annex Wealth Management Studios. This is News Radio WTMJ, a Good Karma brand station. Keeping you informed, keeping you safe, keeping you engaged and entertained. We are Wisconsin's radio station. News Radio 620 WTMJ, Milwaukee.
It's 5 o'clock. I'm John Mercure. Your top story, you can't park there, or can you?
I'm Greg Mansick. Updates on 2 Hartford High School students hit by a car.
I'm Debbie Lazaga. That earlier accident southbound 43 at Good Hope Road that had the right lane blocked has been cleared. Delays are still sticking around, though. We do have delays right past that point, and also on southbound from Capitol Drive, pretty much all the way down into the Marquette interchange. We do have an accident on the ramp to 794 eastbound in the Marquette, so that's something to keep in mind. And then delays eastbound 94 from 164 all the way to Moreland Road, and then again back on the brakes from 84th Street all the way to 27th. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, rain-snow mix. It's going to linger for quite a while, low of 36 degrees. It does clear out overnight, that patchy fog in the morning. That rain-snow mix returns in the afternoon, a high of 42 degrees tomorrow. Right now, it's kind of yucky out. It's 38 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, mistaken evictions at a park and ride. Milwaukee Police Department issuing citations early this morning for residents at the Holt Avenue Park and Ride lot as winter parking rules begin today. MPD has since issued a statement saying that city parking ordinances are not applicable to the park and ride, and they're in the process of voiding the citations. The statement reads in part, MPD is committed to viable housing options for the Holt Avenue Park and Ride occupants and will work with our county partners on this front.
Administrator of Housing Services for Milwaukee County, James Matthew, tells WTMJ that most residents at the Park and Ride do have plans for transitioning to permanent housing.
We have been working on housing plans with individuals at the parking rides for several months now. So we do homeless outreach first and second shift, and our team has been at the parking rides every day. So individuals that are currently in the parking rides have housing plans, and they have apartments that have identified for them.
Matthew adds that this past year, the first time the Holt Avenue location has been a larger issue, saying homeless outreach teams visit all park and rides and any encampments in Milwaukee through the summer and winter months.
2 Hartford Union High School students who were hit by a car on their way to school yesterday have been released from the hospital. Reports say the 2 girls are now recovering at home. Parents are saying the intersection at Cedar and West Monroe where it happened is dangerous and want more safety measures in place. In recent years, the Hartford School District has restricted parking on the 2 streets to increase visibility, reduced student parking fees to encourage more parking in the high school's lot, and relocated pickup and drop-off locations away from the intersection.
Heightened security concerns worldwide after a protester set himself on fire outside the Israeli consulate in Midtown Atlanta today. Fire officials say a security guard tried to stop the protester from setting himself ablaze, and first responders transported both men for treatment. Atlanta police say they believe it was an act of political protest and not terrorism.
Former Wisconsin Attorney General Brad Schimmel is gearing up for a race against longtime Justice Ann Walsh Bradley for a seat on the state Supreme Court. Schimmel tells WTMJ Now judicial races may have reached a point of no return in terms of partisanship.
It's really broken down to the conservative candidates end up turning to the Republican Party for that grassroots support, and the liberal candidates end up with the Democrat Party for that. I think the ship has sailed. I don't think we're bringing it back.
The next Supreme Court race isn't until 2025.
Well, 7 unions representing teachers and other public workers in Wisconsin have filed a lawsuit attempting to end the state's near-total ban on collective bargaining for most public employees.
The lawsuit says Act 10 violates equal protection guarantees in the Wisconsin state constitution by dividing public employees into 2 classes, general and public safety employees. Assembly Speaker Robin Voss says repealing Act 10 would bankrupt schools and local governments. The measure has withstood a number of legal challenges since it was signed into law by then Governor Scott Walker, including when the Wisconsin Supreme Court in 2014 upheld the law, rejecting a lawsuit brought by teachers and Milwaukee public workers. Adam Roberts, WTMJ News.
Packers head coach Matt LaFleur confirms his belief that Taylor Swift will be at Lambeau Field Sunday when the Packers host the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's what I've heard.
LaFleur also confirms that Aaron Jones will not play due to a knee injury. The 3rd-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles men's basketball team visits Madison tomorrow to face the Badgers for an 11:30 tip. And the Bucks return home Saturday night to host the Atlanta Hawks.
Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 5:05.
It's time for Extra Points, a sports commentary on Wisconsin's afternoon news. Here's Greg Matzek.
One of the great rivalries in all of college basketball will write another chapter at the Kohl Center on Saturday. 3rd-ranked Marquette, explosive, fast-paced, up and down, energetic, will take on a Wisconsin Badgers team coached by Greg Gard. The Badgers will often be referred to as methodical. Different programs, different coaches, different philosophies, different everything. But it's hard to ignore the run of success both programs have had historically. While the Golden Eagles are in search of a tournament win come tournament time, there's no doubt that Shaka Smart is the injection of freshness that the program needed. The Badgers, meanwhile, after going to back-to-back Final Fours, have remained relevant in the NCAA tournament picture up until recently. It's time for Greg Gard to turn things around. Both teams are off to a fine start. Marquette in the lofty position as a 3rd-ranked team in the country. The Badgers currently unranked in a tough Big Ten. But here's the thing about when the teams face each other. None of that matters. The rankings, the numbers, the history, the everything. It's quite frankly 2 in-state programs battling it out for bragging rights, and it'll happen tomorrow in Madison.
Extra Points is sponsored by All Right Home and Remodeling. When you want it done right, call All Right.
I'm Randy Miller. In 1969, my Uncle Lou started a roofing and siding business called All Right. That company joined NARI, the National Association Remodeling Industry. 50 years later, I'm proud to be at the helm of both All Right and NARI Milwaukee as president. Integrity, ethics, and high standards build a legacy both in business and in life. I learned this from my Uncle Lou and the NARI leaders before me. Learn more at ALLRITE remodeling.com/NARI.
Artwork, especially original artwork, can be pricey. But when you take it in on consignment from nice people like you who are just ready to change the look of their home, you can price it right. And you'll find a lot of it at Design Exchange. Beautiful frame pieces by a number of notable artists. And new ones pop in all the time. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
Now these tend to fly off the shelves. But don't worry, because our connection supplies us with a lot of them. Vintage ceiling tiles from once great old buildings in New York City that make for ultra-unique artwork. These items are definitely hard to find from anywhere else around here. So come take a look, and you'll probably find a treasure. This is Katie with Design Exchange, where discerning buyers with discriminating tastes come to find premium home decor at a value. In Heartland and Pewaukee.
Design Exchange.
The Brewers' annual clubhouse sale returns for 2 days only, Friday, December 1st and Saturday, December 2nd from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Head to American Family Field to save up to 80% on Brewers apparel, game-used items, and memorabilia. Plus, get a free Brewers water bottle or tumbler when you spend $100 or more while supplies last. It's the Brewers' best sale of the season, right in time for the holidays. Don't miss out.
Set your independence in motion. It starts with PACE at Community Care. The program of all-inclusive care for the elderly, also known as PACE, offers complete medical and long-term care services. A team of dedicated healthcare professionals coordinates all aspects of care to support independent living as long as possible. Learn more about a community that cares. Visit joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE. That's joinpacewi.com or call 833-900-PACE.
It's one thing to be in a distressed situation and honestly not know. It's another thing to know and not be honest about it. It's time for you to be honest with God.
Dr. Michael Ziegler talks about the errors that led to a tragedy at sea and our need for repentance in a message titled Before They Call, this week on the Lutheran Hour.
The Lutheran Hour, Sunday mornings at 6:30 on WTMJ.
Wisconsin's afternoon news is on the air, broadcasting live from the Annex Wealth Management Studios at the Avenue in beautiful downtown Milwaukee. Here's John McCure.
All right, happy Friday, everybody. Hope you're getting ready for a weekend. It's going to be a good weekend to get inside and cuddle a little bit. It's going to be kind of miserable outside. I was out of town last week, so I still have some stuff to do around the yard. For one thing, I'd like to get the grass mowed one more time. That's not looking like it's in the cards. I also have the hay bale and the pumpkins and the corn stalks.
Still? Wow.
Yeah.
You're riding this thing out.
Well, I was gone the week of Thanksgiving. I like to leave it up for Thanksgiving. You know, it's fall-like, but now I got to get rid of it. And it's half frozen into my, side yard.
Do like a little fall cleanup. You make a phone call.
Yeah.
Somebody just does that for you while you're gone.
I got your number in here. Can you? If I call you, would you do that?
I would be happy to handle your pumpkins.
Okay. Well, yeah. You can handle my pumpkins anytime.
Thank you very much.
I might have you do that this weekend, as a matter of fact.
All right.
5:10 at WTMJ, and something else going to be going on this weekend. It's kind of funny. It's kind of goofy. It's the streets filled with holiday cheer. Drivers beware. Here's WTMJ's Debbie Lazaga.
You better watch out. You better not cry. You better not pout. I'm telling you why. Santa Clauses are coming to town.
Santa! Oh, my God! I know him.
Merry Christmas.
There he goes. Who knew Santa was a bike fan? It's the 2023 Santa Rampage, and it's on a street near you this weekend.
Well, the Santa Rampage is the world's largest holiday-themed costume bike ride for charity.
Wisconsin Bike Federation's Jake Newborn says they're ready for a big turnout.
Yeah, we are probably expecting about 12 to 1,300 registered riders, but depending on the weather, we could get close to 2,000 people. If we hit 2,000, I think we'd break a record.
That's no joke. Santa's helpers will be out in full force for this record-breaking fundraiser.
We have lots of great programs that are helping get kids and families on bikes. We do summer bike camps. We do a free mobile bike repair program in the summer where we train high school kids to fix bikes for free and then we give them out. We have lots of programs that are really just, making it safer and more fun and easier to get biking.
With so many folks on bikes out there, drivers will want to be careful since they're not officially closing any streets.
The ride will leave our headquarters here in Bayview off of Beecher and KK at 9:30 a.m. It'll be kind of police guided, but we won't have any streets closed off. And it will travel north up to Hollander on Downer Avenue and then loop back on the west side of the river, coming back towards Bayview and kind of ending there. So we just kind of ask everyone just have a little bit of patience. The ride will be moving along shortly, and we don't hope to block anything up for too long.
Now, hush! Mush! Mush!
Well, you can just jump on your bike and go after registering, but if you want the full holiday effect, there's a little preparation involved.
We really love when people dress up, and not just as Santa, reindeer, elves, Mrs. Claus, dreidels, Jesus, just straight up like deer, Krampus outfit, which was pretty scary actually. So that's really part of what that makes this ride unique and fun. So I encourage everyone to dress up for sure.
This is ridiculous. If I can't find something nice to wear, I'm not going.
Oh, come on, it's not that bad. In past years, there was even
Yukon Cornelius, the greatest prospector in the North.
No matter what you're going to wear, it's a great way to have some fun and show your holiday cheer.
Best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear.
Merry Christmas, you filthy animal.
Debbie Lauziga, WTMJ News.
Be careful out there. Drivers beware. It is 5:14 at WTMJ.
Oh, man, I hope it's not another cold day out in Wisconsin.
An old man winter comes knocking. We're here to help keep you safe in the thick of it.
A winter weather advisory tonight and power outages in River West.
Snowy skies will make way for sub-zero temperatures over the next few hours.
With severe weather coverage on WTMJ. Sponsored by Fleet Farm. Proudly serving the Midwest since 1955.
John Mercure here for Sit Mean Sit Dog Training. They are the real deal. I've got great dogs. They're beautiful dogs. Didn't always behave how we wanted them to. Took them into Sit Mean Sit Dog Training. Matt and his team's there. They taught Bella and Baxter how to be better dogs. They taught us, frankly, how to be better dog owners. You too can have a happy, confident, obedient dog. Start with a free consultation at Sit Mean Sit Dog Training. I know the good work they do because I'm a client. It's Sit Mean Sit Dog Training. If you got a dog that's jumpy, barky, doesn't listen, doesn't do what you want, Sit Mean Sit Dog Training can give you the tools and everything you need to make sure that dog is a better dog. It's Sit Mean Sit Dog Training. I love the Fox and Hound Supper Club, especially the Friday fish fry. And all other dinners are buy one, get one free. I love that. WTMJ's John Mercure here. The Fox and Hounds is one of the most gorgeous and affordable supper clubs to visit during the holiday season. Order anything on the menu, including steak and lobster, and your second dinner is free. Desserts, and I love that chocolate cake, are also buy one, get one free. Sip on a delicious old-fashioned, Manhattan, bourbon, 100 wines. They've got Guinness on tap. The Fox and Hounds has been transformed into a winter wonderland with thousands of lights, decorations, and Christmas characters inside and out. It is spectacular. You'll feel the warmth of those 7 real wood-burning fireplaces right away. Saturday night, buy one prime rib dinner, get one free. And the Sunday brunch is magnificent. Kids and grandkids under 3 always eat for free. The Fox and Hounds off Highway 167, 2 miles east of Holy Hill. The drive is beautiful. Escape from your kitchen this weekend with a free dinner. Reserve at foxandhoundsrestaurant.com.
Wealth-changing question. Has your advisor created a portfolio based only on your age and risk tolerance? That's simply not good enough. Your money deserves better, and so do you. At Creative Planning, our private wealth managers learn about you first, and then they create a customized plan and portfolio by partnering with our in-house money managers, accountants, and attorneys. Don't settle for a standard portfolio. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com. Creative Planning, a richer way to wealth.
Traffic is sponsored by TaybackAttorneys.com. Veterans benefits denied? Call Tayback for the payback. Tayback Law fights for those who fought for us. If you're a vet and have been wrongfully denied the VA benefits you're entitled to, call Tayback for the payback. TaybackAttorneys.com.
Traffic and weather begins with Debbie Lazaga. Hey, Deb.
Hey there, John. We got a new accident now. It's on 94 eastbound, just past the 25th Street on-ramp. Center lane is blocked right now, so that's going to complicate matters. We got backups pretty much all the way back to 84th Street. And then we've also got the other accident on the ramp from 43 southbound to 794 eastbound. Taking it back even more in Waukesha County, it's pretty much solid all the way from Highway 164 all the way through the Gerke's Corners area and does not really let up till you get past Moreland Road. And then 894 southbound slowing down from Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange. That does not let up till you get past Loomis. I'm Debbie Lazaga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
The WTMJ 5-day forecast for tonight, it's going to stay sloppy. More rain, snow mix, a low of 36. Eventually, it does move out of here later tonight. Then tomorrow, it's foggy in the morning, rainy and snowy in the afternoon, a high of 41. On Sunday, rain, snow mix, a high of 42. Monday, cloudy, 42. On Tuesday, slight chance for a rain, snow mix, a high of 40 degrees. Right now, in Milwaukee, it is 38 degrees.
Yeah, the drums, they swing low. And the trumpets, they go.
On Friday, we like to tell you about a couple stories maybe you haven't heard about, maybe you haven't heard it all. It's this cool little feature that we call In Case You Missed It.
In case you missed it.
All right, here we go. Washington.
Hello.
You know, it's not easy being a new parent. When you got newborns, you don't sleep very well. You're always worried about them. You're always checking on them.
Yeah,
You're
when does that wear off?
Yeah, when they're like 31. It's just not easy, and that includes if you are a penguin, apparently. Penguins have this thing where they're so concerned about the crowded, noisy colonies, the potential for predators, windy weather whipping around, that they've adapted to where they sleep in mini cat naps for the first several weeks that their little babies are born. They actually sleep 4 seconds at a time. That's it. They take thousands of these mini cat naps each day, literally, and they're only 4 seconds each. They take so many of these micro sleeps that it adds up to 11 hours a day, and biologists say it works. They never sleep the first 2 weeks that their kids are born for more than 4 seconds at a time, and they get through it. I feel that way sometimes.
They actually are able to shut down for those 4 seconds?
Yeah. Yes, they go into some state where they shut down.
I'm calling BS. There's no way that happens.
When did you become a penguin expert? This is real. This is science.
I like penguins.
This is science.
They're fun.
Yeah, they smell bad.
They do smell bad.
In case you missed it.
So 34 years ago today, wow, 34 years ago today, this debuted in theaters across America.
If any of you are looking for any last-minute gift ideas for me, I'd like Frank Shirley, my boss, right here tonight. I want him brought from his happy holiday slumber over there on Melody Lane with all the other rich people, and I want him brought right here with a big ribbon on his head. And I want to look him straight in the eye, and I want to tell him what a cheap, lying, no-good, rotten, four-flushing, low-life, snake-licking, dirt-eating, inbred, overstuffed, ignorant, blood-sucking, dog-kissing, brainless, hopeless, heartless, fat, bug-eyed, stiff-legged, spotty-lipped, worm-headed sack of monkey shit he is. Hallelujah! Holy Where's the Tylenol?
Yeah, very, very familiar scene from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yeah, that's a big one.
Released in 1989. So my thought was, has ever the third movie in a series been the best one? Because there was Regular Vacation, there was European Vacation.
Yeah.
I think Christmas Vacation is the best.
That may be it.
It's the most shown.
Yep.
And there's Vegas Vacation, which was probably a mistake.
Yeah.
But yes, the memorable scenes from Clark W. Griswold's house. Fantastic. 34 years ago today it debuted.
Wow. That's amazing.
In case you missed it.
Well, the roads are gross out there right now. They're going to be through most of the weekend, but at least we don't have to deal with what Ohio just had to deal with on I-90. How about a couple of boxes or trucks full of chocolate and caramel? Ooh. That's right. chocolate and caramel all the way across Thursday morning. The crash involving two semis covered the roadway. Well, they were in boxes. Okay, that's fine. The Ohio Department of Transportation said the two trucks collided around 6 a.m. on I-90 in Lake County. One of the trucks spilled its load of chocolate and caramel candy into the roadway, prompting officials to direct traffic off the highway, which I think is a big travesty. No injuries were reported, at least, and the Concord fire crews were summoned to do the cleanup of this.
Oh, it's like a big Milky Way out there on the
Exactly, exactly. Gross.
That sounds great.
In case you missed it.
All right, in case you missed it, another thing we've been doing all week long is warning you and protecting you about some of the dangers of the season.
Yeah, John, it's a public service here on Wisconsin's Afternoon News, and we've titled it The 12 Scams of Christmas. So we kind of did a slow roll of this throughout the week, but I put it together. It took me about 9 hours, but we put together the entire song, The 12 Scams of Christmas. There will be some familiar voices here in this song. But just keep these things in mind as scammers are trying to get into your personal information.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me misleading social media ads.
On the second day of Christmas, my true love gave to me social media gift exchanges
and misleading social media ads.
On the third day of Christmas, my true love gave to me holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the fourth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me fake texts that say you've been hacked,
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the fifth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me free gift cards,
fake texts that say you've been hacked,
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the sixth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me temporary holiday jobs,
free gift cards,
fake texts that say you've been hacked,
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the seventh day of Christmas, my true love gave to me look-alike websites, temporary holiday jobs,
free gift cards,
fake texts that say you've been hacked,
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the eighth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me fake charities,
look-alike websites, temporary holiday jobs,
free gift cards,
fake texts that say you've been hacked,
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the ninth day of Christmas, my true love gave to me fake notifications, fake charities,
look-alike websites, temporary holiday jobs,
free gift cards,
fake texts that say you've been hacked,
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the 10th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 10 advent calendars,
fake notifications, fake charities,
look-alike websites, temporary holiday jobs,
free gift cards,
fake texts that say you've been hacked,
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the 11th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 11 wish list items,
10 advent calendars,
fake notifications, fake charities,
look-alike websites, temporary holiday jobs,
free gift cards,
fake texts that say you've been hacked,
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
On the 12th day of Christmas, my true love gave to me 12 puppy scams,
11 wish list items,
10 advent calendars,
fake notifications, fake charities,
look-alike websites, temporary holiday jobs,
Free gift cards!
Fake texts that say you've been hacked.
holiday apps,
social media gift exchanges,
and misleading social media ads.
I'm not sure if you're still listening, but man, I hope you are. I felt like that got really long.
That's
at
so
some
fun.
point. That was a lot of fun.
That was good stuff.
Vinny driving around the other day said, "Could you please make that stop?"
Yeah.
I know.
Thanks for putting that together.
Yeah, it was good times.
It's 5:27 at WTMJ. Time for the WTMJ Annex Wealth Management Market Update. Then right after the news, we get you updated and detail out this weekend's weather. It's going to be a sloppy one. The S&P 500 hit a new closing high for the year, and the Dow is surging. The S&P today closed up 27 points. The Dow was up 295. The NASDAQ was up 79 points. Annex Wealth Management, know the difference.
Hey, radon is a thing. We've flipped the calendar to December. It's no longer Lung Cancer Awareness Month, but still a great time to get the radon levels tested in your home. And if you're going to do it, trust Lifetime Radon Solutions like we did. 5-star reviews. They have statewide coverage. They'll do a free test. They'll see what the radon levels are like in your home. And if you need it, they've got you covered with a mitigation system. We had them install one. Took a few hours, and it looks great. It's out of the way. It's tucked away. And most importantly, we are radon neutral in our home. Now we got a safe place to play, nothing to worry about, and the peace of mind that I like for our family. So why risk it? Give a call to Lifetime Radon Solutions. Lifetime Radon Solutions. See all the reviews, see their coverage area, have them come out, do a test. If you're in good shape, great. That peace of mind will be helpful going into the winter months. But if you need a mitigation system, they've got your back. Lifetime Radon Solutions. Visit lifetimeradon.com.
Vince Vitrano here with the perfect holiday gift. My family would love to host your family on the biggest, boldest vacation ever. A 7-night adventure on the largest cruise ship in the world, the Royal Caribbean Wonder of the Seas. I'm working with Expedia Cruises in Brookfield, part of the #1 travel brand, Expedia, on this special invitation. We set sail December 29th, 2024, and celebrate the new year together at sea. Visit Expedia Cruises in Brookfield or call 262-955-1980.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's huge gift sale is going on now. We're your one-stop shop for the holidays with a huge selection of unique gifts at unbeatable prices. Like 80-count Victor Allen single-serve brew cups, just $20.99. Save $35 on a 20-piece gear wrench ratcheting wrench set. A DeWalt brushless drill and impact driver kit, $100 off. And get $100 instant savings on any 4 Cooper tires or $40 instant savings when you buy 2.
Find value at Blaine's Farm and Fleet.
If you're like me, you always like to add a little something new to the wardrobe. But when money's tight, it makes it harder. And that's why you shop at St. Vincent de Paul for a terrific selection of women's clothing at thrift store prices. Brand names, too, with a selection that's always up to date and looking great. You're going to find something cute at the right price, and you're going to love it. St. Vincent de Paul thrift stores on Highway 100 in Layton and Greenfield, and 23rd in Lincoln in Milwaukee.
Ooh, you're gonna love it. St. Vincent de Paul.
Happy Fish Fry Friday. John Mercure from WTMJ. I love the Mine Shaft's Fish Fry. And listen to this. The Mine Shaft has lowered the price on their Wednesday and Friday fish fry. The cod is all you can eat. It's $9.99. Now, the shrimp perch and poor man's lobster are all $9.99. And each one is all you can eat. It's yummy and it's affordable. Don't pay $16 to $20 for a fish fry. Just don't do it. It's $9.99 at the Mine Shaft. And desserts, I love the chocolate cake, are buy one, get one free every day. Your kids can safely play in that $5 million game room, quietly tucked away from the dining area while you finish up your dinner. The Mine Shaft is family friendly, and the Saturday prime rib dinner is under $25. The Sunday brunch, under $15. Great value. The super affordable Mine Shaft in downtown Hartford and in Oshkosh. Plenty of seating. Plenty of close parking, serving families like yours for over 46 years. Reserve your table for the all-you-can-eat fish fry today. Under $10, it's the Mine Shaft.
Traffic is sponsored by Harwood Place Senior Living. Learn more about Harwood Place Retirement Living's newly renovated apartments and updated pricing options. Visit harwoodplace.org or call to schedule a tour.
Wisconsin's afternoon news on Wisconsin's radio station, News Radio WTMJ.
It's 5:30. I'm Jessica Gatso. Your top story, updates on 2 high school students hit by a car.
I'm Debbie Laziga, and eastbound 94 got an accident at 25th Street. Now the left lane is blocked with it, so pretty hefty delays all the way back to 84th Street. And we've also got some backups on through Waukesha County from Gerke's Corners to Calhoun. The westbound side is going to be backed up out of the Zoo interchange all the way out towards Elm Grove Road as well. Southbound 43, of course, going to be slow from Silver Spring, pretty much all the way down to about Fond du Lac Avenue. I'm Debbie Laziga with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
Tonight, rain and snow early. We could see up to 1 inch of precipitation inland, a low of 36. On Saturday, patchy fog, then mostly cloudy skies, and wintry mix returning at night, a high of 42. At 5:32, it's 36 degrees. From the WTMJ Breaking News Center, 2 Hartford Union High School students who were hit by a car on their way to school Thursday have been released from the hospital. Reports say the 2 girls are now recovering at home. Parents are saying the intersection at Cedar and West Monroe where it happened is dangerous and want more safety measures in place. In recent years, the Hartford School District has restricted parking on the 2 streets to increase visibility, reduced student parking fees to encourage more parking in the high school's lot, and relocated pickup and drop-off locations away from the intersection. Milwaukee police issued wrongful citations to residents at a park and ride overnight as winter parking regulations begin today. MPD now in the process of voiding those citations at Holt Avenue Park and Ride. Milwaukee County Housing Services representatives routinely reach out to residents at park and rides to help them secure permanent housing. But the amount of time it takes for an individual to accept an offer and move in varies.
Oftentimes, individuals decline our help and our services. When they do that, we don't give up on that relationship. We keep going back. And we find that eventually, once we're able to build that trusting relationship, that people will take us up on the offer of permanent housing.
Administrator of Housing Services for Milwaukee County, James Matthey, telling WTMJ that it can take multiple attempts of outreach, especially if an individual has a history of mental health trauma. A setback in response to the crisis in Gaza. Now that fighting has resumed, aid trucks are no longer getting into Gaza. National Security Council official John Kirby saying the ceasefire ended yesterday because Hamas failed to produce a list of more hostages to be released following the release of more than 100 hostages in exchange for dozens of Palestinian prisoners freed in Israel. 2 years after the Waukesha Christmas Parade tragedy, the dancing grannies are still going strong.
Kathy Grzinski says the grannies dance because
age is relative. Some people are old at 40 and some people are still going gangbusters at 80. So it depends on what you want to do.
The group lost 3 dancers and a helper at the 2021 Christmas Parade. Co-president Jean Knutson says they owe it to them to keep it up.
And if we would have let the group go and dissolve back when the tragedy happened, I don't think she'd be happy about that.
And today, co-president Jan Kwiatkowski says they are
Granny's strong, Granny's strong.
Jack Grau, WTMJ News.
The Grannies will perform this Sunday at the 60th Waukesha Christmas Parade. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur confirms his belief that Taylor Swift will be at Lambeau Field Sunday when the Packers host the Kansas City Chiefs.
That's what I've heard.
LaFleur also confirms that Aaron Jones will not play due to a knee injury. The third-ranked Marquette Golden Eagles men's basketball team visits Madison tomorrow to face the Badgers for an 11:30 tip, and the Bucks return home Saturday night to host the Atlanta Hawks. Siding Unlimited, WTMJ News Time is 5:35.
News is sponsored by Annex Wealth Management's Money Talk, heard Saturdays at 10 right here on WTMJ.
Do you cringe when you look at your high school pictures? So much has changed. From your hair, today you might not have any, or maybe it's a completely different color. How about the innocence of your smile? We grow up and learn the world is bigger than we thought. It's the same with your money. Your views of wealth, legacy, and taxes have all grown up. Has your financial plan? At Annex Wealth Management, our team of tax experts can help you understand how your plan could improve. The Annex team will show you strategies that could help safeguard your wealth. And because we're fee-only fiduciaries, you won't have to put up with high-pressure sales or advice that isn't in your best interest. As you accumulate more wealth, there's a chance your tax pictures become more complex. The Annex Tax Smart Strategy Review will give you insights on your current tax plan and help build a framework to prioritize tax strategies. Take a proactive approach. Get an Annex Wealth Management Tax Smart Strategy Review. Visit annexwealth.com/taxsmart.
Hi, John McGivern here.
Did you know Network Health Medicare Advantage plans start at $0 a month? And you can get the extra benefits you need, like dental, vision, over-the-counter items, and more? I know because I'm a member myself. Call 833-7-NETWORK to learn more today. Network Health Medicare Advantage plans include PPO plans with a Medicare contract. Enrollment in Network Health Medicare Advantage plans depends on contract renewal.
We all want a healthy, thriving community, and we all thrive when we share our time, talent, treasure, and ties. The Greater Milwaukee Foundation is partnering with the community through the Greater Together campaign. Join the foundation in this campaign to advance racial equity through investments in housing, early childhood education, and more. Make an impact today and for generations to come at GreaterMilwaukeeFoundation.org/campaign. Together, we can build a Milwaukee for all.
'Tis the season to save at Fleet Farm. Save $10 instantly on any purchase of $75 or more for a limited time only with our seasonal savings coupon. Use it to save on gifts from brands like Milwaukee, Columbia, Clam, Lego, Ninja, and more, in-store and online. Gift yourself $10 off with the coupon that keeps on giving this shopping season. And have a Merry Christmas from your friends at Fleet Farm.
All right, on this Friday, let's bring in our friend meteorologist Brian Niznansky. Niz, hello.
Hey, what's going on, guys? A little bit messy out there. Mainly just rain here. Just rain here in Milwaukee for the most part. You get west, though. You get out to Brookfield, and you see that transition over to snow.
Hey, I'm looking at these pictures last night from the Northern Lights in Wausau and Spooner. I think I saw earlier today some in Rice Lake. This is pretty cool stuff. I was in Iceland a couple of months ago where they were absolutely spectacular, but this was the real deal in northern Wisconsin last night.
They had good viewing. They had clear skies. We had a strong enough solar flare. So, yeah, a lot of the pictures are fantastic. Be a little careful. You'll notice some of them, I don't want to say like doctored, but they are brightened up a little bit. But, yeah, you're exactly right. There are a lot that are, I mean, it was a good event. Last night, that's for sure. And unfortunately, here in southern Wisconsin, I didn't see him personally. Once I got home outside of the city lights a little bit, I did a little look, but no, I didn't see him. But you got to get that clear conditions, and you have to get away from city lights. And if you do see it, I mean, the only time I've really saw a good display, I was working in Green Bay, and I was going into work early in the morning, like 2 a.m. And when I saw it, it was like awe, like just completely in awe.
Yeah,
so
it's amazing
a cool
when you see them.
sure.
It's absolutely surreal. As a matter of fact, a lot of the pictures I'm seeing were at that time frame. They were posted at 3, 4. I'm looking at one now that was 5 o'clock in the morning.
Nice. There was one I saw that had Starlink going across it too. I mean, how cool would that be, right?
That's
you got
cool.
Northern Lights, and then you got Starlink,
the satellites,
going across it. But yeah, and like what you don't get with the pictures is the movement. That's to me, which was like so cool, like to see the Northern Lights, and when you start seeing it moving and like shifting, and like it's weird.
It's like a blanket.
So
it's like a dancing blanket. It reminded me of Aladdin's magic carpet.
It is. It's so weird. I don't see. It's so hard to predict too. That's why, like, sometimes you'll see these solar flares, and like I don't get too excited because there's sometimes, to sum it up, there's a thing called KP levels, and you want like the higher the KP level, like the better chance you have of seeing it. And like sometimes it could be like extraordinary high, and it's a complete bust. So like it's just really, really, really hard to predict. I'm glad last night panned out.
It is. Define the next 3 days in one word.
Messy.
That's a polite way to put it. That's very nice.
Or crummy. Well, it's tricky because for some it's going to be snowy, and for others it's going to be rainy, and then we kind of get a break in between. Tomorrow, much of the day tomorrow, I think, is dry. So this evening you have this rain and snow working through the area. However, I will say just within the last half hour to hour, things are really starting to lighten up. I think from here on out, we're looking at more of a lighter on and off rain and snow. That rain-snow line is, I mean, it's pretty pronounced. Like across our northern spots, it's pretty close to the lake, whereas let's say Port Washington is just wet, but Cedarburg is completely snowy right now. And then you work into Milwaukee, it's like Milwaukee wet, Brookfield, snowy. And that case goes all the way down to the state line. So rain and snow on and off tonight. I would sum it up as most locations are going to get about an inch on the grass, less than that near the lake, and there could be a few spots inland up to around 2 inches of snow. And then during the day on Saturday, dry but cloudy, gloomy. Good day to maybe finish up putting up the Christmas lights or something on Saturday if you haven't done so. 42 for your high. And then on Sunday, that's when, late Saturday night into Sunday, we could have another round of this rain and snow crud move through. I mean, it's not pretty when it's this sloppy.
Yeah.
You got rain and snow. Better chances for snow northwest of Milwaukee, whereas Milwaukee right now looks to be primarily rain.
What about Lambeau? What's Lambeau looking like?
Yeah.
Sunday night?
Totally. I've been watching that really closely. Right now, it looks like the tailgate certainly could have some snow showers. Your drive up on 43, 41, certainly some snow showers. Weather-wise, 43 is going to have a better commute than 41 because you'll be away from Lake Michigan. But maybe still some snow lingering around at kickoff, but then I think it tapers off shortly after it. It's close, though. A lot could happen in the next couple days here. So we're close to maybe having some snow during the game Sunday night.
All right, after we get through the weekend, what's it look like? Maybe walk us through the 5 days.
Yeah, okay, so this weekend we just went through kind of messy, but then starting Monday, we warm back up to 43 degrees, partly cloudy skies. Tuesday, chance of some snow showers again, 38. But then Wednesday, partly cloudy again and a high temperature of 40 degrees. There's a chance next week, late next week, we make another run at 50 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, so we'll see. But, it looks, it doesn't look bad at all for December, guys. I know there's snow lovers who are cringing. But...
John wants to mow his lawn one more time. He might be able to do it.
I do. I want to get one more in.
I thought, I have to change over my tractor from the snowblower unit to the deck, so I'm done mowing, but I was a little disappointed that I didn't time out. I have a neighbor who has this oak tree that, the leaves stay on until almost Christmas time, and now it's starting to dump, and the wind was just right that it's all in my yard.
Oh.
And I'm like,
you need to go over and
wet,
ask him to take care of that.
Yeah,
it's his tree.
Just one day, I'll just go over there with a chainsaw myself. Yeah. No.
Either that or leaf blower, just blow them back where they came from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you need a tight mow. The leaves don't collect in your yard then.
Yes.
I may or may not have done that. Yeah.
Niz, have a great weekend.
I know when he goes to work, put it that way. You guys too.
You're sneaky. It's 5:44 at WTMJ. Brad Schimmel is with us up next.
Looking for a fun family activity to get in the holiday spirit? Visit or volunteer for Capco's Kids to Kids Toy Drive in Grafton on Saturday, December 9th. It's a totally free event. Capco is dedicated to bringing communities together and has collected nearly 300,000 toys through Kids to Kids, and still counting. Join us in WTMJ for a celebration of giving and bring a new unwrapped toy to help children in need this holiday season. Support Kids to Kids. Visit kidstokidstoydrive.com.
Why wait for Black Friday when you can save every day? Hasseless Mattress introduces Black Friday Plus. We've gone rogue and activated Black Friday deals through December 4th on Sealy Posturepedic, Beautyrest, Certa-Perfect Sleeper, and more. You get the everyday, way low Hasseless price, plus additional savings, plus free next day delivery, plus free memory foam pillows on select mattresses. Get a Queen Certa-Perfect Sleeper Oakmont A mattress. Other stores sell it for $14.99, but our Black Friday Plus price is just $8.88, plus 2 free Remy memory foam pillows. Other stores sell the King Sealy Posturepedic Golden Acres A for $17.99, but you can get it now for just $10.95, plus the free memory foam pillows. Big savings on Beautyrest too, and employee-free, hassle-free showrooms. Not just on Black Friday, but every day. Black Friday Plus, today at Hasseless Mattress. Open 9 to 9. Find an employee-free showroom near you at hasseless.com.
AccuNet Mortgage is an equal housing lender. NMLS ID 255368.
This is Chief Market Watcher Brian Wickert with some good news. Mortgage rates are back down. Low overhead AccuNet can once again deliver a 6.94% APR on a $225,000 30-year fixed rate loan with 25% down, top-notch credit, and all the other right stuff. Our special 30-year fixed rate money for first-time Wisconsin homebuyers is also down to 6.375%. That's with an APR as low as 6.6 and as little as 3% down. Household income limits apply. A lot of homebuyers have hit pause because of the holiday season and the spike in rates, but that's now in our rearview mirror. Winter is a great time to buy. There's a lot less competition and sellers are motivated. We just helped our repeat client Peter get an accepted offer to buy his next home, and he got it for a little under asking price. Whether you're just starting your home search or you're ready to get back at it, click on the blue button at Accunet.com today and put the local mortgage gurus at Accunet on your home buying team. That's ACCUNET.com.
You love her twice as much today as the day you married her, right?
Welcome to Kessler's.
Roto-Rooter can locate underground pipes without digging up your yard. Roto-Rooter keeps your pipes free of debris.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
GetRoto.net.
All right, let's get to traffic. Sponsored by Roto-Rooter, the sewer and drain experts you've trusted for over 85 years. How we doing out there, Deb?
Well, we have a couple of accidents still up on the board. First of all, 794 eastbound right at St. Paul Avenue. It's off on the right shoulder. And a little bit further back, an accident eastbound 94 just past 25th Street. Now, the left lane is blocked with that. So we've got back up stretching all the way back to about 76th Street. Westbound 94, tight through the stadium, and then back on the brakes from the zoo out past Elm Grove Road. Southbound 43, still a very heavy ride from Silver Spring all the way down to Fond du Lac Avenue, and 894 southbound from Beloit Road down and around the Hale interchange out past Forest Home. I'm Debbie Lazago with your WTMJ Johnson & Sons Paving Time Saver Traffic.
We are joined in the studio by Waukesha County Circuit Court Judge Brad Schimmel, the former Attorney General, who announced that he is running to be on the Wisconsin Supreme Court. Brad, thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you, John, for having me.
You and I are reminiscing a little bit because back in my TV days, we did these series of stories on internet predators where these guys, these terrible guys, chatted dirty to who they thought were young girls, showed up to a house, and then the sheriff's department was there, and you helped put these guys away. That seems like forever ago, Brad. That was like 13 years ago.
Oh, it's
more than that?
Easily that, yeah. Yeah, easily 13. Yeah.
Hey, I want to ask you about your decision on two levels. Your decision to run for the Wisconsin Supreme Court and the decision to make the announcement now, more than a year out. Can you talk about each of those?
Absolutely. Well, first off, the decision to run, this isn't something I've been planning to do. I've been enjoying my work as a circuit court judge, especially since I'm in the civil division, which any judge will tell you that's the promised land. It's wonderful. You got lawyers who are prepared and interesting cases every day. This wasn't my plan, but I can't sit on the sidelines anymore. I've been for 5 years on the sidelines, and I'm looking what's happening. I see too much about our legal system unraveling, and I can't fix that as a circuit court judge. On the Supreme Court, I can have a role in that. Because if things keep happening where the will or desires or opinions of high court officials trump the law and the Constitution, all that we hold dear will come unraveled. So I can't sit on the sidelines and watch. And so I'm getting in. And the reason I'm in so early, well, there's a couple. One is next year, presidential and U.S. Senate race, they're going to suck all the oxygen out of the system from February to November. And there's no time during that when it makes sense to announce because no one's going to hear it. Now I can get out in front, it gets heard. I love retail campaigning, and that's how conservatives are going to have to win races again, is by good old-fashioned shaking hands, meeting people, going to dairy breakfast, doing all those things where you make those connections, you build a grassroots support network. And when next November comes, after the presidential race is all done, those people will be ready to hit the ground running so I can have a successful, fast run to the election in April.
What will you stand by? What are the biggest things, the things you've been most outspoken about, just historically?
Well, we need to restore integrity on this court. I'm sorry, she won the election, but this last April, the way that happened with someone talking about the opinions she had, what she was going to do when she got on the bench, this is wrong. No one's going to have confidence in the legal system anymore. No litigant should come into the courtroom knowing that they lost their case before the judge ever heard an argument or read a brief. That's wrong. I have lots of opinions, but I put those opinions aside when I'm on the bench. Everyone gets a fair shake. And there are lots of times that I've made decisions that the law said I have to do this and my personal opinion went the other way, but the law wins. That's the oath I took. And I understand how important that is to the system. Our state's economy won't thrive if you can't expect that the laws that are passed are going to be respected by the courts. Then, as say you own a manufacturing business, Are you going to hire people? Are you going to take the risk to expand your operations and make the community here thrive with those jobs when you don't know for sure that the laws are going to stay stable and predictable? We have to have that. And I'm seeing that falling apart, frankly. And what we saw happen even before the fourth justice on the liberal majority was sworn in, they met, I would argue, illegally because they weren't yet a block of that court. They met and voted, the four of them, to fire the director of state courts the next day, the first day that the new one was sworn in. They didn't have to do that. It was unnecessary. They're putting down their marker to let us know things are going to be different. And then when 10 days later or so, they informed the Chief Justice that your constitutional powers you hold as Chief Justice, we're going to do those as a committee of four. This is wrong. Nobody can trust the legal system if the high courts don't respect the law.
Brad Schimmel is with us in the studio. Brad, I think we all know when somebody runs, whether they have conservative leanings or liberal leanings, but that's much different than coming out and saying, this is how I feel about a specific issue. This is how I will vote on a specific issue. With that said, campaigning is one thing. Governing or being a justice is another. Should Janet Protasevich recuse herself from all the cases where she firmly said, this is what I would do, this is how I feel?
That's a decision she has to make, knowing what's in her heart. But I'm concerned when you make those statements, are the litigants ever going to feel confident they got a real fair shake? The law doesn't require her, I think, to recuse. She's got to make that decision whether she can be fair or not. I think she's tipped her hand in a way that she shouldn't have done. And she's not the first to do that. I mean, frankly, there's another justice who was caught on a recording out at a fundraiser in California saying that she was going to undo Act 10. Well, wow, big coincidence. Yesterday, we get more lawsuits filed on Act 10, which was passed in 2011. It's been litigated heavily. I have some real questions about whether this is legitimate to be looking at something that's that established again. But it's for the courts to decide. And frankly, if I were on the court right now, fine. The lawsuits filed, I'll look at it objectively.
I want to give you a chance to respond to what Democratic Party of Wisconsin Chair Ben Wickler said. There's a statement last night saying that you don't deserve promotion to our state's highest court, saying that Wisconsinites have already said Brad's not our guy. So giving you a chance to respond to that.
Oh, I guess he's referring to the election I lost in 2018. In 2018, I lost by less than 1%, 17,000 votes out of about 2.5 million cast. It was a bizarre circumstance where a third-party candidate, I challenge anybody out there to remember the name of this person who ran as a constitutional party candidate. He ran on two items that all you could find in his website was he believed all abortion should be illegal under all circumstances, and he believed that we needed to undo, the Attorney General of Wisconsin needed to undo the same-sex marriage decision that the United States Supreme Court passed. Those are things that the Attorney General has nothing to do with. That was pure political pandering to try to siphon off some conservative votes. He took 47,000 votes. I lost by 17. That's the difference in that race. Neither Josh Call nor I got 50% of the vote in that election because of that. I did win in 2014, and I won soundly then, and I campaign harder than anybody. You will not find it. No one will outwork me, and I build great relationships. I have those relationships ready to go already. The people around the state that organize the grassroots networks have been contacting me nonstop. My phone has been blowing up with texts all day. Brad, can you come to this event in February? Can you come to this event in January? We're going to have our calendar all booked out. That will all get ready to go again. We'll win this thing.
Brad Schimmel is a candidate for the Wisconsin Supreme Court. It's always good to see you, Brad. Thanks for stopping by.
See you, John. Thanks, Greg.
All right. Hey, as we get ready to head out of here and get ready for some sports this weekend, it's Marquette and Wisconsin tomorrow. It's the Packers, Kansas City on Sunday Night Football. Will Taylor Swift be at Lambeau Field? I got to admit,